out, 3 or 4 out yesterday, womping the raid.
Also,
Nobody was really
target
taking much damage.
master
Let me actually look to see how much.
Gorfine's the one with the portals, right? The ads come out.
Yeah.
Tournament. I haven't done it so far.
He puts a 60-second, like 45 or 60-second debuff on you, and then
Yep.
after that 60 seconds you die.
Yeah, that fucking fight. Yeah.
You turn into a ghost that you can.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, we are for real, for real. Oh my. Hell, Pecker, yeah, dude.
Your mic is muted. Nobody can hear you. Your stream's muted. I can hear myself on your stream, but I can't hear you. Yeah.
It wouldn't be a stream with us unless there was a little bit of scuffage, right?
Not like this. Can they hear me now? I think they can hear me now. I can see it on the Streamlabs. I'm washed up, boys. Welcome to the stream. Let me restart all that. Welcome. Impromptu casting desk here. We're here. We're casting the Road to Rag. They're about to kill Gehennas and Lucy in that order today. Joined by some dear friends. Def and Mel, Crix, you guys know them, you love them, and some new talent in the building. We got Desi Heat in the house, a new dear friend and huge pickup for the hardcore community. How you doing, Desi?
I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Hi, chat.
Oh yeah, no worries at all. Welcome to the Scuffed Cargo stream. Sorry, Chris.
You might want to change the title.
On Twitch,
stream. Yeah, on your Twitch.
Cargos. Every time someone is following you, it is blasting on your
probably
stream.
right. What's blasting?
Every time someone follows you, your alert is blasting.
Yeah.
Your alert.
Okay.
I'm just listening in the background and trying to.
Thank you, bro. Nobody follow. Let me fix it.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I think they were subs too, by the way. So thank you.
They were subs? Okay. Well, let me get my life together. So you guys entertain them for a little bit while I hand out potions and fix my life.
All right. Let's. So everyone, hello, welcome. Got Def Camp here. Yes, we were saying Desi. Desi, if you guys don't know who Desi is, definitely go ahead and give her a look-see. Twitch.tv/DesiHeat. I just want to say, if you guys don't know who she is, super positive, amazing person. Of course, you guys know Crix, my man.
Hi.
Lovely man, beautiful person. And then my brother from the same mother, Melderon, rocking the Eagles hat to not show off his bald head, his beautiful bald head.
Hey, I'm just wearing it because Crix is wearing one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, at least mine is Christmas.
I have no problem showing my bald head.
Yes. Well, welcome everybody. We are here for the Molten Core, the second Molten Core of hardcore, but the first bosses will be killed today. Gehennas. Stack the Firewalkers on Gehennas. Go ahead, Melderon.
We stack the Firewalkers on Gehennas, please.
Yes, please. And Lucifron. Two bosses that are some kind of fish people. Naga. Are they? What are they? Anyway, are they?
Right.
They're not Naga.
They're
pulling them to the side and controlling MCs.
Hold
with
and just are they male, female? Do we know their gender?
They're not Nagas, bro.
Pots.
They are.
The first curse, just to
hold on, I'll look it up
as much as possible.
Flame Wakers.
Lizard people.
Wizard, yeah.
Lizard people is
Lizard people.
correct term.
That's the correct. That is the political correct term.
Boss,
I think we're better now, right? Stream
yes,
title's
yes.
better. Sound is maybe a little bit better. Hopefully.
Definitely.
One can hope. Yo, thank you everybody for being here. I have no idea who's here. Thank you for all the subs. I'll catch up with that in a second.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
So we just had to start the stream pretty quickly because the raid is going to start in 32 minutes.
Oh wow.
The raid should probably last I don't know, 2-3 hours. They're gonna farm some trash and warm up a bit, and then they're gonna go for Gehennas and Lucifron in that order. Maybe we can start there. Camp Melderon, Craig, you guys have all run Molten Core a million times. Why do you think they're gonna run Gehenna? Why do you think they're gonna kill Gehennas first?
Well, so looking at the path that they're doing, they're cleaning the trash. Basically, the easiest trash, that we're farming, they already practice on. They've done pretty much, all the Surgers, the Fire Lords, the Giants, pretty much go that path that they were going on the previous run, and all they have to do is clear, I think, one more pack that they didn't clear last time, and then there's Gehennas right there. So it's really
and then the other direction is Lucifron, where you're gonna
have to deal with the imps, which might be a little bit, as long as they have everyone together and all. But it's going to be a good route for them to go to, since they already practiced that route very much. They knew the dog packs, they know the timing on the dogs and where they're going to be coming from and all that. So it's going to be a really safe route for them to go to Gehennas first, clear everything around that area. But Gehennas could be a pretty challenging fight, as long as you bring the right materials, FAPs and everything like that, they should be okay. But I think that's why they're going to go for Gehennas and Lucifron, because they're right up at the front there. They don't have to worry about clearing too much dangerous packs and that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yo, Megaboss, thank you very much for the sub CD key as well. I can hear Ampi calling my name in the background. Slaughter, Starbor. We got Rez. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the subs. Much appreciated. Megaboss with another 47 million subs. Thank you so much, everybody.
Huge hype train.
Huge hype train.
Nice. Great job, Kargos. Setting this up, man. Leading the pack.
What's the first boss name? Lucy what?
Lucifron and Gehennas.
I want to do a prediction, but I want to see how
There's some people that
we're
don't
gonna get it go. We're gonna get a good one in Gehennas.
Yeah, to me, it's the logical first step for bosses, right? It's the first two bosses you encounter, depending on which direction you go. So it's
to be honest,
you go the one way, you hit Lucy and Magmadar. You the other way, you hit Gehennas and Gar. So they're going to get those two out of the way first before they do any deeper. I think that's smart.
Because you don't want to do Magmadar, because obviously none of the hunters have.
Well, you're going to get some now.
They'll probably get one, right? But you want to have
just one,
one, right? So that's the thing. So it's really smart to not risk it, even though Magmadar isn't that tough of a fight. I think so Lucifron as a healer has always been one of those fights as a healer that has been a little bit of a struggle, just because what Lucifron does is he puts impending doom on the entire raid. It's a magical debuff that, if you let go off, does a fuck ton of shadow damage, right? So obviously they're bringing a ton of paladins and priests to try and dispel the whole raid. Usually, sometimes there's a couple of people left with it on. As long as everyone's topped off, have shadow protection, stuff like that, they should be okay. But Lucifron with the ads, you got to take care of those ads first. The mind controls as well. I don't know what other mechanics was added to Lucifron other than that, right? I think it's still the same. Is it just more damage from the impending doom or something like that? But yeah, I think all in all, it's going to be. Which fight do you think is going to be the tougher one out of the two, guys?
I think Gehennas is a little bit trickier.
Yeah,
there's more going on.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm kind of I guess you could say a little bit of a noob when it comes to the Molten Core. I rated it, I've done it before, but I studied up a little bit. So he casts Rain of Fire everywhere, right?
Yep.
That's a little bit scary, man. I'm afraid for those noobs in there. Hopefully they can bind the potions and stay alive.
Yeah. There's a lot to think about with all these fights, right? This is not your normal raid. So they're going to have max consumables. They're going to have the best consumables possible. Full min-max for each fight, including trash. And they're also going to be able to swap people around if they choose to do so for each fight. And I wonder if they do choose to do so. I have a feeling they're not, though. So Ampi made this roster today really heavy on decurse, so he included as many druids and as mages as possible. I don't know what decurse you need for Gehennas, though. I thought it was all on Lucy, the decurse. But
so there is a curse on Lucifron, and then Gehennas also. Hold on a second. Yeah, there's a curse on both.
Well, and then there's obviously the magical debuffs as well.
That's a different ability. So Lucy has a curse, and then impending doom, which is a magic spell. So You have
Just gonna assume
the
that
magic
has
spell
it.
that's taken care of by your paladins and priests, and then you have Lucifron's curse.
If they
But I don't think
die,
that's
they have
raid wide.
sleep,
Lucifron's
every
curse,
single
pretty
one.
sure. So you have
Specifically.
enough mages and druids to get rid of that. Should have at least.
Mhm.
You need a resto pot.
Yeah, I think.
I know it's crazy.
But the
I know, dude,
Lucifron's
it's
curse, all it does is increases
You
the
need
cost
one,
of your
but when you
spell,
get
so
up
it's
to
not
the
like a
peak,
huge deal,
so we'll
right?
have access to
Yeah,
that.
but the
So
thing
that's
is,
not a big deal.
with the fights being longer, since the fights are going to be inherently longer because of obviously no world buffs, and there's going to be more healers than there would be in a normal raid. Remember, guys, like Cargo said, this isn't a normal raid. Also, I think another important thing that they have to do is make sure that they clear, like Desi was saying, enough room around Gehennas to make sure that if people are moving around because of the rain of fire, that someone doesn't fucking pull trash that wasn't cleared. So they definitely need to make sure they clear plenty of enough room.
They should pull
for
those
Gehennas.
giants by the pillars there before they pull Gehennas, in my opinion.
Yeah, because we've had that happen how many times, Balron, where someone was moving because like we're being lazy, right? Trying to like
those giants by
not
the
do as much as we
Almost
could.
you again.
And you know, someone pulls the giant pack because they get too far away from the rain of fire or something like that. So
Yeah.
that was
I'm hard
that's a
right now
you
to
know,
grab
like
the
this is
rest
gonna
of
be a
mine.
totally different take
You
on
guys probably don't
Molten Core than normally you would see in a normal raid.
Now
Also,
the
I have 10
the curse
actually,
on Gehennas,
the
like
whole,
you said,
most of the
Cargos,
raids
that's
is
much more
just
important because
like-
it's a mortal strike, but it's 75% healing reduction, so that one needs to be purged immediately, especially off tanks. So
I see.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard that
Right,
there's
so
a
it looks like
Shadow Bolt
everything's
volley. Is it on Lucy or Gehennas? I'm getting them confused, boys. But they need
Gehennas.
they need GSPPs for this one, right? So
Yes.
can you have? I'm gonna sound
Yeah,
fucking
so
noob right now, but for
you
some
give
reason I
them
can't
to
remember.
Lesbians.
Can you have like multiple greater protection potions popped at the same
In
time?
Classic,
Yes.
you can.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can, just not in TBC. Okay, so
Yeah.
so they're gonna go into Gehennas with greater shadow protection and greater fire protection pre-popped to try to negate those mechanics, right? The shadow bolt volley as well
They should be.
as the
Yeah.
red fire.
They should have GSPP on Lucifron as well, just in case someone doesn't get Impending Doomed dispelled. It's
Tommy,
going to reduce
are
damage.
you
Of
doing-
Lucy has a
uh,
shadow ability too.
Yes.
Also a shadow attack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is Tommy in here?
Yeah, man, this is super exciting, guys. I am.
I know.
So yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
what do you think, Desi? Do you think
Oh,
anyone's
yeah.
going to die tonight, or
Oh my god. I do. Let me see. I think that yeah, maybe two
Yeah,
or
really?
three, but I hope no one dies.
yeah?
I hope no one dies. But I
Same.
know the panic that can hit you when your
Mhm.
HP's below 50% health, you know. But
Do you?
hopefully, hopefully they all stay calm and
Yeah.
I'm nervous and I'm not even there.
I
Yeah.
know.
I'm
It's
just
also
like,
important for the raiders to be careful during Gehennas when the off tanks are moving the ads, because the ads have cleaves. So
Yep.
don't stand in front of the boss. Obviously,
And they
the
stun
ads.
as well, so they
Yeah,
use
and
fast,
they
yeah,
can stun.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
Juicy Joe, thank you much for the prime, as well as Pop and Wrath. Thank you very much, guys. I'm having trouble taking a few steps back and taking a breath because I'm so frantic distributing, consume, setting up the stream, doing all this, and I just suck at everything. But I'm trying to take a few steps back here, guys, and appreciate what is about to happen. We're about to witness the very first attempt at hardcore raiding. Well, you could say we did it last week, but that was just trash, right? They are actually going to kill a boss, a 40-man raid boss today. This is the moment we were dreaming and speculating about for years. It all started in my mind in Brigadier General Ampi's mind when he was the first guy to really start thinking about one life rating. And I remember years back, over a year ago, he would put in his stream title, and there was no momentum in this direction. He would just saying like, one life raid win, or like one life raid dreamer, and he was talking about it. And now it's surreal to think that he is leading the charge here today as main tank raid lead. I couldn't think of a better person to do it, especially in the lore of hardcore. He's leading them into victory. And in my mind, Ampi has been quiet for like weeks and weeks. And I didn't know if maybe something upset him, or he lost interest, or maybe didn't have that much time to play. And some of that was kind of true because he was moving. So I was a bit, concerned for a minute, thinking like, maybe he's not up for it. Maybe he's not up. Maybe he's just down to just play, but not like, raid lead. But last week, one's in the chat if you watched the raid last week, he stepped the fuck up, man.
Yes.
He stepped the fuck up. He was crispy. He was sharp, razor sharp. Him and Duran, and both of them being seasoned hunters, and they know all the pulls by heart. They know the cadence. They know the pacing, the core hound patrols. They know all that stuff, and they were razor sharp. And it was actually amazing to see it all come together. I know people were spamming, you know, Kekel, Road to Reset, Trash, all this, but I thought it was freaking cool to watch it, man. It was so much fun.
I'm going to be 100% real with you. I think that is the most important thing in this raid tonight, is to have clear leadership, to have clear understanding, like, and Ampi and Duran too with the pulling, like they do such a good job of that. I think like when you have something, if something were to go wrong, right? You need one clear voice to say, okay, we're going to do this, or okay, we're going to do that, and no confusion. Because like we see what happens. Look what happened to Rise, you know, with the druid who fell in Elbers, right? Like people were confused. Are we going to jump down? Are we going to go help them? They were going to do this. Like you need to have one clear voice who's going to say, okay, everyone, we're going to do this now, or we're going to everyone, you know, do this. And I think Ampi is so good at doing that. He you know, in a way, just kind of has that respect that everyone, you know, just has for him and knows, you know, what he's doing. And I think it's really one of the most important things. Gear is important, right? Knowledge is important, but leadership, I think, in hardcore is going to be the most important thing in my opinion. So shouts out to the leadership in the raid. I think they're going to be. I actually don't think anyone's going to die tonight. I really hope no one's going to die. I think the leadership is going to be what really takes the cake for that as well.
Yeah. I think if we see a death, we might see something that was kind of like unplanned. Someone stands in the wrong place, gets cleaved, and maybe I don't think we're going to see a wipe. I think these guys know what they're doing. Guys and gals know what they're doing, and it should be clean execution.
Yeah,
These
let's
two
hope
bosses,
so.
for sure.
So at the same time, to take the Doomer angle of it too, these are complete strangers. They've played with each other for very little. They've done some dungeons with each other, but there has been zero PTR practice. We like asked amongst ourselves, should we PTR practice? We asked the community, should we PTR practice? And there was a very negative response to that. People, it just didn't feel right. In my mind, I wouldn't have minded some PTR practice just because we really truly are doing something that, you know, hasn't been attempted before. So it'd be nice to be successful in doing so we can kind of like see if that's possible. But I understand that the overall perception is that, hey, that's going to kind of take away the spirit of the challenge, and, you know, essentially you have two lives at that point. Well, that's what some of the feedback was. But so they're going in together and doing a boss, not trash, a boss for the first time as complete strangers, having barely any time played with each other in the new and buffed Molten core.
And no world buffs.
No world buffs. And if one thing goes wrong, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, usually you just full wipe in a raid when something goes wrong. A raid leader just makes the call full wipe. You can't full wipe in a hardcore setting, right? No. I hope we never see this happen, but we might have to have a call from Amp where he's like, all right, save what you can, salvage what you can, you know, run, fucking run, dude. Whatever you can do. Yeah. And I've had my ear to the ground and listening to a lot of conversations going on. There hasn't been any practice or rehearsals about what to do in that emergency situation if something goes wrong. Zero.
Fire drills? You need to do some fire drills?
No fire drills. I don't think there's anything procedural. I don't think there's anything been explained. And people are just operating under the assumption that we will not wipe. We will one-shot it. So, yeah.
That's a little scary. Because, so what the rule is, right? You know, everyone hopefully will have light of balloon. They could. It is. You know, it's not against the rules to light of balloon hurt, correct?
But that's one time, right?
It's one time, and also, Dev, I've never seen in my entire life someone successfully light a balloon hearth. I've never seen it.
So
I made a macro it.
I made a macro because unfortunately I saw Desi do it, and I'm like, because I would have done the same thing Desi would have done. And then I'm like, holy shit, it doesn't work because they're like at the exact same time, right? They're both 10 seconds. And I'm so sorry that.
If you want, I learned.
I actually, at least Desi, know this, that I learned from that I would have to have that. So it takes some solace in knowing that, but at least, like, you know, I mean, this is the thing though, like people die because of mistakes, and mistakes happen all the time. Like, I can't, you know, no one here can say that they honestly never made a mistake in WoW. And like the smallest mistake, you know, it happens to everyone, right? So like one little mistake could be the actual, you know, death of multiple people, almost the whole raid, right? So it's like, the only good thing is sometimes when you watch a death clip and you see something, like, I learned so much from my own personal deaths in hardcore and from watching other people die. So, and that's the thing is, like, you know, I want to say this right now. Cargo's like, you're right. Yeah, everyone they don't know each other, but the type of people that have come together in hardcore are not only some of the best players that I've ever seen, but they're also some of the most like passionate and just wholesome people, because this whole raid has been funded by each other. Like, people who aren't in the raid right now, like Cargos, like everyone else, have been giving everyone potions, have been giving everyone mats to make shit. And like, even if you're not in the raid right now, like, you still have a part in this, and that's the really cool part, right? Even if you're in one of the hardcore alpha, you're still leveling up, you still have a part in this, and that to me is like the coolest part about the
we all play our
hardcore,
roles,
experience.
man. Yo, C-Dank, thank you for that sub, and thank you as well for nothing to gain. I appreciate it. People are saying it's going to be a streamer raid. It's not going to be a meritocracy. It's going to be your Twitch CCV guiding who gets a raid spot. At all. Look at the freaking roster, man. Look at these. What are these haters saying now, bro? Look at I'm not in it. Def Smel's not in it. Ampi's looking at 60 upgrades. He's looking at who put the work in. Looking at roster. Looking at comp. You know. So I'm proud of ourselves there that we actually did pull it off a meritocracy, and
100%.
We have the best people in there. And sorry, the Gray's stream on me there for a second. And the other thing that's making this challenge a bit harder, and we kind of unnecessarily made this challenge harder upon ourselves for no good reason other than the add-on was already designed this way. So like we're just working in the grain with the add-on, but there has been no mailbox. Which has been massively cringe in many ways. I hope, and I think probably almost everybody participating, maybe some people like it in some weird sadistic way, maybe because I'm just the bank water boy that it's so traumatizing, but man, we should somehow make it
cool.
Is it? Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of cool because it shows how much we are relying on each other as a community, because like every time, like I just gave Guzu some faps. I gave out some. I gave Gubu faps. So
by the way, guys, they're zoning in. Just to let you guys
zoning
know.
in now.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is so exciting.
Here we go.
Oh,
but that's
real
the thing.
Quick, the key to success here, it's pretty simple, but it's also kind of hard. Key to success is mob placement, consumable usage, decursing and dispelling, and waiting for aggro waiting for threat. If those things are met, I think we're good. Those are the things they have to keep in mind here.
Let's go.
We're in it.
Yeah.
You're watching the first real hardcore raid now, not the trash from last week. What's up, Grix?
We have a prediction up right now too, if you guys didn't know that. And it looks like a majority of chat is saying that they're all going to survive.
They're all going to survive. So during the trash farm, we had one close call. A warrior fell into lava and was thankfully summoned back. But I mean, I can't stress this enough. This could be awesome and epic, and they get all the bosses down, or you guys might be about to witness the most Keck W clip of all time in WoW history.
God.
If you see a full raid wipe of 40 people, I don't want it, of course, but it is a possibility, and that will like freaking break the WoW space for a second, man. If that happens, and I hope
all it takes is one mistake. Like people don't realize like how everyone could play perfectly, but just one small mistake, a dog pat coming in, or someone pulling aggro, like it really only takes, obviously there are things to help each other, but I want to see if a paladin would ever use DI to save someone's life. I trained it, but I still don't have the mats. I wonder if there would be someone out there who would save another's life to DI someone else. I wonder if that would ever happen.
I'm looking at the viewership now too. Gray's got 1,300, Guzu's got 2,500, Joker's got 9K, Stay Safe's got 4.2K. I mean, not that it matters that much, but it's kind of cool that this is a moment, right? This is a moment.
Yeah,
it's
for
amazing.
many people. Yeah, it's great.
This is crazy.
Yep.
It started with Iron Lad.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Gargers, you must have some kind
Shout
of.
out to Iron Lad, bro.
It must feel really good to see this, man. Definitely.
It does feel really good.
The
I'm very proud of it,
culmination.
man. I'm very proud of it, of all that we've accomplished together, man. And I just want it to be a success, man, for everybody. People have a lot of fun, and
It already is, man. It already is. No matter what happened in this raid, it's already been one of the. I can tell you for a fact, this has been one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever had playing this game, and playing this game has been the best game I've ever played. So like that alone, has been absolutely just amazing to see. From I remember the time you came into that GMA talking about hardcore to where we are now, and how many people have had these experiences? Like, it's not just about this 40-man raid here. It's about all the people in chat, all the people that are still leveling up right now. Like, it's thousands of people, my dude. You know,
and we've been getting griefed and been under kind of had a lot of bad optics. You know, a lot of stuff has negatively happened in the past weeks. You know, and some of you guys have seen it on Reddit and all these other places, but we still made it here, boys. We're still in MC. Group
and it's so small compared to the positive. Like, the negative is so tiny compared to the positive.
That's how it is in real life too. Everyone focuses on negative shit when they ignore positive things. So that's the news in a nutshell, right?
For some reason, I got every freaking tab open. In theater
I'm
mode.
a little sad that I didn't find hardcore sooner, but I guess
I love you.
I'm happy, you know, that I found it. Crix, you know, you told me about it, and
I don't know why I was just creeping
so
on you
much
playing
fun.
fucking retail PvP. I don't even know how I found it. It worked out.
Yeah,
We
we're
love you,
really
Dad.
we're lucky to have you in the
yeah.
community, Desi.
Seriously,
for real.
you're
a light.
huge positive influence in this community. I was telling people the other day, I was like, Desi is probably one of the most. Oh, they're about to pull.
Yep, here
but
we
just
go,
the
boys.
most positive people in here. So, here it is, first pull.
All
So
right,
what are we
then,
looking
let's
for,
go.
Melderon? Raid lead Melderon. Put your raid lead hat on. What are interesting things to look at when you're...
Anybody's health to deplete.
So I don't have the volume up right now, but it's very important that everyone doesn't. You got to cut any chatter. And in a situation like this, I would doubt anyone would be chattering over dumb stuff. And the other tanks, you know, maybe a healer will be 100%, and the puller will be 100% of who's talking. Make sure everyone is on top of buffs. That's huge too. We should not be missing any buffs at any time, because that's going to be the difference between defeat and victory. They're clearing really quick right here, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
They're pulling very quickly. This is good.
Clear comms.
See yellow at the top, bro.
Clear
My boy
comms
Guzu
in
and
the chat.
Tactics at the top right now, dude.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, one of the things I really like about hardcore and just like the spirit and everything is that, you know, when you do dungeons or when you're in like a raid like this, how it's so serious, you know? So everyone takes it so serious, you know? People aren't like effing around, like you gotta be here, you know? Or else you're gonna you could die. Other people could die, and I fucking love that.
Yeah, 39 other people are also relying on you. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you can obviously we have fun playing this game, but it's like when this is like, I think Cargo, as you said, this is like the ultimate RP, right? Of actually having a character that only has one life. You know, it's all fun in games until it's not, right? And
that's what that's what I think is the coolest part about hardcore is that it's serious.
Yeah.
You can't just run back in.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You got to start
Yeah.
over. I'll see you in the
Yeah.
character creation.
And that must have
screen
felt
then.
really good getting that first 60 under your belt. First one's the hardest, you know. Like, even though
Yeah.
you died, it's all
Yeah.
good. You made it, man. You made it.
Yeah, you did it.
So
You're
Guzu-
gonna, you're gonna grieve your death if you
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
die.
Talk about that.
You know.
Yeah. So Guzu barely made this raid. Just to let you know, his gear was a little bit lacking. He's a very skilled player. Played in CDL. Has been at the classic journey since the start. Played extensively on private service and all that. But Ampi was going to cut him from the raid. He was right on. It was between him and another person for a raid slot. And rogues are incredible, especially with the 0.5 gear and stuff. So Ampi gave Guzu like a path. He said, you need to get this gear. You need to do this, this, and this if you want a raid slot. And I think he got it all, and now he's showing up, and he's actually pumping, dude. You'd love to see
Look
it.
at that damage, dude.
Every time someone faint deaths, I shit my pants.
I know, right?
Yeah. As a healer, that's the worst thing to see.
Yep.
You're like, oh my god, so that person's just got one shot. You're like, oh no, you just fainted.
But as these healers too, like speaking as a healer, I just want to say how good the healers that I've seen are. You know, I've been watching Tommy, but you know, I myself have been a priest main like all my life, and I'm playing a paladin for the first time here. And watching how the Alliance heal is so different than how the Horde healed, right? You know.
Yeah, I was gonna
the
ask,
Horde-
why aren't there priests in every group?
So I mean, you know, obviously right now there's not that much AoE damage that they had to worry about. If there was, they would do that. So, you know, having a priest in every group is really good on certain fights where there is going to be a lot of AoE damage. But if there's not, so like it all depends on how you want to, you know, utilize the groups and utilize the buffs. But I do think something that you have to like look at is like, you know, they have what, 5 paladins here right now, right? So, you know, they have all their buffs covered. They have a many amount of priests. Now, priests are, of course, like the they have way more up their sleeve, in healing. They have, hots, they have, absorbs, they have multiple different heals. But paladins are that just, amazing, like topping everyone off, tank healing. I think they have a really good, healing coordination here. The healers have done a raid together. They've kind of like felt, where they're at. They've gotten down, coordinating who's healing who, and I think that's really important. You need your healers to be all on the same page. You need people to realize that, like, okay, this, Tommy's job is, tank healing Ampi, and that's what he's going to do, and that's, they even have a rotation on for the dog. So Tommy would bubble himself, so that if the dog does a disorient, he can automatically dispel it, so that doesn't have to worry about the dog on someone. So they have a rotation for that. They have a rotation for who they're dispelling first, right? So these are the kind of things that will make this raid, not wipe and not die. And I think a lot of times healers go unsung, but you look at the damage, you look at how much people are doing. But man, I tell you, man, the healers are the ones that carry the raid. On their shoulders.
I have a question for you on the healer front as well. So, another quick aside. I saw my boy Blaketron, someone who I played with on the Endless TR for TBC. I've played with him on the P servers. He's a rank. I think he got rank 1. Maybe Glad. Probably got rank 1 though. Druid player. He's playing mage. He got 60. I love it when these PvP Andes like actually get interested in hardcore and try. And mages did so poorly. No disrespect to the players. It was just kind of like their class was looking really weak last week due to the trash farm. And now I'm seeing a mage, and he was dropping, like 550 right there a second ago. So I'm hoping the mages can step up this week and pump. But my question for you, Def, we were basically saying going into this that when we kill bosses in MC, we were going to be able to do the Flask of Distilled Wisdom abuse, that thing Egregious invented or whatever, where you cancel aura and repop it and print mana like money. So we were only able to give 2 flasks of Distilled Wisdom to these healers, so they can use that trick one time. Do you see that? Is that good? Is that bad? Is that
no? I think
it's good for emergency.
It's good for emergency. I think knowing that the fights are going to be longer. I think obviously the now here's the thing. Paladins, people always say paladins are mana batteries, but at this point in their gearing, they're obviously way more mana efficient than priests, but they're still not where they are later on in WoW, right? Once they get more crit, that's when they become the mana batteries that they are. But like having that, knowing that the fights are going to be longer, knowing that we don't have world buffs, knowing that we have more healers, it is, I think, something that healers should be able to rely on if they need it on Lucy, on Mag. I think it's a good thing. I wouldn't rely on that all the time. I think a lot of healers need to look at their gear and say, bonus healing is great and all. And having a lot of bonus healing is really good, but like knowing that these fights are going to be longer and potentially, not maybe these fights here tonight, but rag and stuff like that. Like I'm going to be looking at MP5. I'm going to be looking at things that, potentially are, maybe a little more stam or more intellect gear. Like a lot of people are looking at the cookie cutter, gearing and saying, oh, this is the best thing to do. But then they end up having like a 3.5k mana pool, which is, great for when you have world buffs and when you're doing, speed runs or whatever. But like when you're doing a fight that can potentially last 5 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes or more, you should start looking at your mana pool and looking at MP5. So I think you really have to look at each fight differently. And like personally, I myself, I'm going to look at certain fights and bring certain gear, depending on what I think is going to be necessary for that fight. There's going to be fights where you're going to be dispelling a lot. There's going to be fights where you're going to be healing a lot. There's going to be fights where maybe there's not that much, damage going out, and you can kind of chill and put on your max healing gear. But I think this is something that a lot of people, I think, know in our guild, and they're planning accordingly. But those are one of the things that you really have to look at in hardcore, knowing that you're bringing a couple more healers, or you don't have as much damage because you're potentially looking at playing it more safely. So I think that's one thing, having the Flask of Distilled Wisdom, using that, it definitely does help out a lot, but that's something that you can't rely on like in a speed run where people do it, 10, 20 times throughout the whole run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at their buffs now too, it's interesting that they pop Flask already. So I don't think that they have enough flasks to do 2 sets of flasks for everybody right now, unfortunately. So my understanding was they were going to do like a couple resets of trash and then do the bosses. But they did pop all their top shelf consumes like immediately. I see Juju's and everything. everything going there. Another interesting thing
But they
too,
said they're
they
doing
put
2
melees
hours
in there for the
and-
core hounds. Last time Ampy said to stand back and everybody use your bow and guns. So I don't know if
Yes.
something changed or if they feel like it's acceptable.
Oh,
risk
really?
now.
I
Wow,
think,
so yeah.
they got the coordination down on the paladins dispelling with their bubble to the point where they know that a tank will always be out and not have to worry about being CC'd. I think they're really confident on that. I think the paladins have a rotation down where they can just bubble, spam dispel, so that there's no point where the dog is going to potentially go on someone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dogs can do multiple damage with the breath, and the dogs are definitely the scariest, in my opinion, scariest trash in the here that they're going to
Yeah.
face.
So another thing is that someone who's ran Molten Core since week 1 of Classic with full world buffs, I have to say that this DPS is looking very good.
That's great.
It almost felt like they were world buffed for a second there. How quickly this trash is
Someone
going
keeps
down.
giving fucking Gray salve over and over again.
Oh my god!
Well, that's not good. That has to be.
So
fixed.
that's something that I noticed last time with Pally Power is that some of the paladins were like assigning, okay, Pally Power, all druids get salve, but you have to make and you want to give your DPS warrior salve, but not your tanks, right? So like Pally Power is great and all, but you have to be very careful to not give your tank salve, even if they have cancel aura macros. Sometimes it's not quick enough,
Yeah, he just clicked it off again. He doesn't have might.
Yeah, so that's not good. This is something they need to coordinate with their.
It's something we have problems with even in TBC, and I don't play
or
Paladin, and I don't understand why this is so hard for Paladins to get down. I don't understand.
I don't know either.
I really don't. Yeah,
it's
something
one
tells
thing
me that we
yeah.
wouldn't have a problem with it.
So speaking of how specs and everything change in hardcore too, like all the tanks here, I believe, are not Fury, Dual Wield, Defiance, anything like that. They're just sword and board, like the old school days. The threat hasn't seemed to be too bad of an issue, even though people are pumping. At least you guys think that the damage seems pretty solid right now. I wonder what other changes are happening amongst the classes. Like if you were a priest, if you were to shift things like Crix, for example, Warlock, how would you approach hardcore rating as a Warlock? Are you going to shift anything around? Are you still going max pump? I wonder what goes through your mind.
I would have went safe for safety and pump. It looks like a couple of them are Affliction and a couple of them are DS Ruin. And I would have DS Ruin and SMDS both have Feldom for personal safety, but I would SM Ruin. I feel like it's good safety as well. They're all kind of fine. I feel like they're all fine. I wouldn't have went DS Ruin though. I would have went SMDS for some safety because you have Feldom. That's for personal safety though. But if you're going like you don't think you're gonna wipe, then yeah, SM Ruin's fine. More damage. Warlocks are pumping right now. Siley or whatever, and Power Gum, which is stay safe. They have PIs going.
Right.
Wait,
so
PIs. So there's disc race?
Yeah, there's
Disc is huge. Yeah, I mean, disc is like. Especially on the Alliance, I feel like discipline is much more utilized on the Alliance than it is on the Horde. It's still utilized a lot on the Horde too, but PI is huge without having world buffs, giving especially knowing that you have salve, right? You have salve, you can utilize PI on your ranged much more and feel a lot safer. The thing that people don't realize is that deep prot still puts out massive amount of threat. People think that just because they're deep prot, they're not putting out a lot of threat. Like shield, Melder, I can speak on this. Deep prot still does a massive amount of threat.
It does.
You just need to give them a little bit of time sometimes on certain packs, whatever.
If they're pulling rage properly, which it looks like they are, they're not going to have even an issue with snap threat either. But the thing is, people don't realize the reason Fury prot was so widely used in Classic was because of world buffs and full stop. That's why. And most guilds, believe it or not, even with world buffs, weren't producing the DPS that Fury prot was even required. Very few guilds were putting out the DPS that you needed. Needed a Fury prot tank.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know. So it's not too boomer. It's not like boomer tech. It actually
not at all.
Viable. It's just
Shield Slam is the highest threat per age ability in the game.
Oh wow.
So but again, Fury prot was widely utilized because of world buffs. That's why.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yo, Penny Len, thank you very much for the 16 months in a row. That's a name I remember from the P server days, man, since way before any of all this, the Elysium days. Thank you very much for that continued support. And for everybody watching today, thanks for tuning in. You know, you have so many options, so many people streaming. So cool to see them all playing together. Guzu, Joker, Grace, Parla, Stay Safe, EU, NA, doesn't matter. And then you look at our raid lead main tank. Oh, he is streaming now. He wasn't streaming before. But yeah.
Feels like the private server days where you had people from EU and NA,
Yeah.
So Desi, what class did you play most in your raiding experience?
Well, for Classic, I was playing Shadow Priest.
Oh, very nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
Def love Shadow.
Yeah, So they do have a Shadow Priest, right? Obviously, I think they have a Holy Weaver, is what I'm thinking. So Holy Weaving is basically you're putting up your 5 stacks of, your debuff for the Warlocks, and then you're basically Mind Flay like 5 times really fast, and then healing. So I don't know if they have a full Shadow Priest or if it's a Holy Weaver. I think it's a Holy Weaver to just play it safe. But Shadow Priest, I feel like, is going to be doing much better now in SOM because of the changes to the debuffs. This is something that I'm a really big fan of, knowing that first of all, every class like hunters are doing way better than they used. Like look at the hunter, as a 4 on the DPS. So like being able to fully use your debuffs is a
feels
big
so good,
difference
right?
here.
It feels so good being able to have the limitless debuffs, man. Like it just feels like such a massive improvement. Thank you very much, Neravari, for that subscription. Brands BS, good to see you, man.
It looks like they were doing a reset, but they ran back. Anybody know what's happening?
I thought they might be thinking about a boss, but I think it was the Core Hound. Someone didn't loot it for a second.
Okay.
Loot
Gotta loot the
Core
Core
Hound.
Hounds. Gotta loot the Core Hounds.
Gotta loot the Core Hound.
The plan is to clear trash until the end of the flash, and then they're gonna pull the bosses.
Okay.
I like
There's
it,
a weak aura that they should get. It tells who each Core Hound's loot is. We used to run that in Eden.
Oh shit! I just realized a couple things. First of all, we didn't distribute the loot from last MC. We were gonna do it before this raid. I have it in the bank right now. No one has all these like 6 pieces of epic gear, so that's
Oh my goodness, Cargo.
That's very nice. I don't know if they still want it though. Should I message them? Probably, right?
You can go bring it to them, right? Just go out to the raid. Go run out there with all of it in your bag.
Some of the gear was really big, like for the Warlocks and stuff, right? And for the Warriors.
What is it? Was it tier?
Yeah, tier bracers and belts and stuff.
Yeah. He said not at the moment. They don't want them at the moment. Okay.
Am I up? Oh, I'm always up, bro.
Yeah, they don't want them at the moment. Okay.
I'm never not up.
Just reward the people with the most. Yeah, for the healers, give the person with the most dispels the gear.
Bro, Dre's jumping around so damn much. Gonna fall in this lava, bro.
Dude, I felt so bad for what was his name? Rez Druid, who fell off in LBRS.
Yeah.
Man.
60 deaths are brutal. I still agree with you. Death for me, the most tragic death clip was Desi's for sure. That was fucking brutal, man. I was after watching you level up for so many weeks.
Well,
I know.
so Desi,
I mean,
yeah.
Sorry,
it's one of those things. I was just wanting to ask you, like, it's one of those things. Do you feel like, because like I've lost characters but never at 60. Did you?
Oh wow.
Like, I were you like, because I saw you went right back into leveling again. Like you just started right up again. Like were you like, I mean, like it's just I know it must have hurt a lot, but like what was your like, were you just like fucking I'm just gonna go again or?
Well, it's like, I mean, what do you do when you get knocked down, man?
Yeah.
You get up again.
What do you do, man? You get back up.
You
get back up and you make a fucking warrior.
Hell, Pecker.
All right.
He has Iron Foe, by the way.
He has Iron Foe. He has full tier 0.5. Dude, all this gear just hits different on hardcore, bro. He is a fucking Chad, bro. Iron Foe, Draconian Defender, full 0.5. He has 2-piece might on a warrior. Dude, it doesn't get
Iron Foe, the only way an Alliance warrior can experience Wind Fury. Let's just say that for a second. It's like, it's huge.
That is so sick. It feels right. Our main tank has Iron Foe. I don't know how good of it is of a tank weapon is it is. I remember on PC.
It's a little slow, but it's good. It's really good.
I remember navigating that. Remember that?
Oh, yep.
Remember on PC server days, it was like essential. You needed to get your Iron Foe, and that was like the first thing you did. But then in Classic, people said it kind of sucked or something. But...
Well, I mean, Mirror's song's
for
really
prod,
good.
I don't know if it's really that good, but for deep prod, especially he's human too, so +5 mace skill.
I see,
and it's not that slow.
Chance of 2 additional attacks, not 1. Right. And with Hodge, I think he's running Hodge with this build too. So I don't know which way it goes. Hodge can proc Iron Foe can proc Hodge, but you might go both ways.
Holy lights on him, just getting spammed.
Oh yeah, dude. Yep, that's I think Tommy's his dedicated healer, so he just flash light spanning.
He's literally just spamming him the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, once you get like where Tommy's at like over almost probably 500 bonus healing, you just spam ranked 1 flash of light, man, and never go It's beautiful.
I've never felt camaraderie in game. Like I felt with this whole event though. I'm looking through this lineup, bro, and I have memories with each one of these characters, little ones, but You know, Ampi, obviously, Parla, Yam, who's really surprised us coming out of Oceanic, out of AU.
Yeah.
He just silently just joined the community. He's actually an ex-CSGO pro. He still does coaching and consultations. He played for Renegades. He also was main tank raid lead of a really strong Aussie guild that got world first ZG. Remember, we were casting that, those 5 Sons, 4 Sons thing, whatever it was called. So he was rank 14 Scarab Lord, all that stuff. I see Stay Safe in there. Silver, who's a dear friend. We got PP Poo Poo, which I've never played with before, but he's been doing lots of dungeons.
Calyx too. Calyx, like amazing tank as well. Like he's like, dude, we were running with him. So, like everyone is just such good players too. Like it's so good to see that, you know.
Really solid players. I mean, every single person. Tyrannosaur is in here.
There, he just put on Hodge Melderon. You use Diamond Flask and switch over to Hodge. Yeah.
Yep. So the Hodge Ironfoe combination is big. I mean, it's it's RNG heavy, but it's still big.
That's so interesting, though, man. I love that take you had about how Ironfoe may not be the best for Fury Prot, but that's not his setup, you know. So it actually becomes more viable with Sword and Board. It's so badass, dude.
I actually don't know because I didn't play Alliance in Classic. It might be good for Fury Prot because it's a mace, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at it. It seems like it procs a lot. Like, you know, Mirror's Song is a great tanking weapon because it's such a fast sword, and especially for Alliance with sword spec. But like, I remember because we were just talking about this, right? I remember on a private server, everyone was saying Ironfoe was so good, and then when Classic came out, people were saying how the proc rate wasn't as good as it was on private servers, right?
That's what it was.
And that was the big talk about. But I still think like, especially in a hardcore scenario where you're not going to get Quel'Serrar, right? Because we're not going to be doing Ani. I think it's probably your best option.
I think it's best in slot.
Yeah.
For
really?
I really do.
I mean, if it wasn't Ampi's not the type to just use something for the lulz or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Ironfoe is just such a badass weapon, though. It's got to be like maybe a top 10er for all of Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Just so freaking cool, man. You get it from Blackrock Depths from the Emperor,
and it makes you speak Dwarvish and shit too, which is
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So for Horde, it's super cool. It's
Another good pickup though would be Fell Striker with the dagger gloves, or which are obviously from Gar, I think. But I think there's some other options you could use to equip Fell Striker. Because it's such a fast weapon and guarantees the crits for the next 3 seconds.
The only thing is Fell Striker, you got to use edgies if you want to use it on bosses.
Well, no, you could use the
or the dagger, Mugger's Belt or whatever. The Corehound gloves. Yeah.
So another thing, by the way, Melderon, you pointed out earlier, you said, why is there no priest in every group? And I'm suspecting this might be the case. It may not be. Maybe there's something else going through Ampi's mind, like it wasn't necessary. But this past week, we did lose quite a bit of characters, at level 60 characters. We're still growing, so we haven't reached the point where we're actually shrinking yet. I think we're probably at over 260s now in the guild. But you would think that tanks would die first in dungeon groups, right? I mean, it just seems like they're first to fall, and everybody scatters out. It's been healers for some reason.
I know, man.
And we have lost a ton of healers this week. Maybe 4 or 5 dwarf priests. A pally or 2. Banzu went down. So I wonder if that is why.
Maybe.
It may.
He also might switch priests for certain fights in every.
That's what I'm thinking. Because like right now, the only AOE damage that's really going out are from the dog, and it's not a lot.
Gehennas with the fire, rain of fire,
and
you might have to.
Lucifron maybe. But everyone should be getting dispelled with how many dispels they have.
Yeah. So in Horde again, people who are used to this, we're not. So in Horde we stack shamans because chain heal is broken and it can heal outside of party, right? So the only way Alliance can do that is to use priests in every group for circle of healing or prayer of healing, whatever.
Prayer of healing, but it only heals the person. It only heals the people that are in that priest group. So that's why.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's the only way you can get full like AOE healing in Alliance.
Can I ask a really dumb question?
Yeah.
Because I'm not. So for real Classic, Horde was the dominant faction by like a significant.
Well,
margin,
it depends how do you determine dominant, right? So as far as DPS is concerned, yes, Horde was dominant. As far as
in terms of just player base, just player base was like 60-40 Horde or 70-30 Horde or something, right?
Yeah.
Why is it now all Alliance? Sure the meta shifted a bit with like the debuffs being removed and stuff, but it seems like with SOM it is the reverse, and Alliance is the predominant.
There's 2 reasons why.
A huge margin.
There's 2 reasons why. All the Hordes that played Classic the first time want to try the other faction out now. and experience the other side of the game. I think that's part of it. Second is, at least for hardcore, I mean, I think this is true. I don't know if, I think people might cringe when I say this, but Alliance rating is easier. There's less RNG, right? You have Kings, you have Paladins, you have Bubbles, you have Salve. Salve is fucking huge.
Yeah, it's
like,
absolutely
I
ridiculous,
cannot
man.
explain how big Salve is, because Shamans can't use Tranquil Air Totem because they're using Wind Fury or using Grace of Air, or they can't use Tranquil Air unless they're in a caster group, right? So, again, but we're not melee heavy anymore either, so that's another whole other thing.
Giant Stalkers.
Giant Stalkers just dropped for hunters.
That's nice.
But yeah, so I think it's a combination of those two things, Cargos. I think all the Hordes want to experience something different, and I do think for hardcore at least that it's a much safer option.
Even for non-hardcore, like having, I mean, like obviously Wind Fury is amazing. Like not having Wind Fury does kind of feel bad, especially as a warrior or rogue. But
Kings is not bad.
Kings,
Might aren't bad either.
Kings, Might, and Salve, like having all your pally buffs is like, this is the first time I've ever rated or or played. I'm sorry, like played at a level 60 Paladin, and just seeing how much utility I give to my group feels so good. Like it is so nice. I mean, like I still like Priest the most. They're still my favorite class, and I still like healing as a Priest the most. But I gotta say, man, I think Paladin is like right up there with Shaman for me.
Really?
Their utility is just so good, especially leveling with a warrior up in hardcore. Like we felt unkillable, bro. We felt unkillable, dude.
Yeah.
It was so.
I love how you guys did it on Warrior Pally because it's your original Super Plate Brothers combo, bro. It feels so right that you guys did it on on Warrior Pally.
It was really good, dude. Yeah, it was perfect.
But is that just kind of the meta? Like even amongst like the big brain 5-head Dalis of the world and stuff, that Alliance actually is stronger, all things considered. Now, I guess maybe it would change through different phases of the game.
Well, without world
people have
buffs,
gone back and forth on that forever. Oh, is it? So okay, go ahead.
So without world buffs, I think Kings is still world like that. It's Salvation and Kings and Might, that combination for at least again, I'm thinking about physical DPS here, but even for casters, Kings plus Salve, and for physical, Might plus Kings plus Salve, that's the closest thing you're going to get to a world buff now in rating, right? So I think that's why Alliance is so popular. Like you said, for another reason, is because it just you feel stronger. Because Horde, all you have is pretty much Wind Fury, right? And since let's face it, I think melee has been castrated a little bit by SOM. So Wind Fury effectiveness drops big time, right? Because you don't really need it as much. So Alliance is now not only safer, but I think it's also the pumper option too, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I think that's why I see a lot of people playing Alliance.
I mean, we got to point out the obvious here. I mean, the hype on Road to Rag. I'm a main Horde player.
Hell yeah.
When a classic first came out 2 years ago, I was Horde, Undead, Priest.
Oh yes.
I wouldn't have gone Alliance if it wasn't for hardcore. So I feel like that's also
oh yeah, that's
factor.
awesome, Desi. I mean, you know, Melderon is like the #1 Horde enthusiast, and even Dev Camp, like you're in the right place, Desi. We're all Horde players at heart here. Yeah.
Yeah, we all love Horde. This is my first time ever getting the. Well, I got one character on private servers at 60 as Alliance. This is my second ever 60 as Alliance.
Can I just put this out there though? So I love the Alliance starting zones. I love and I want to hear your guys' opinions on this too. I love the starting zones. I always said I'm a Horde at heart, but I love the Alliance cities more in the starting zones. But the fucking quest, those starting quests, go to fucking Redridge, go to here, go to there, talk to this person 2 feet away from me, talk to that person over here, are so annoying. Did anybody else like have any input on this? I couldn't believe.
It's not even that bad. The worst is like the 40s, bro. When you hit that Shadow Zone level 40 plus.
I don't know, dude. I felt like going back and forth from Redridge to Darkshore to Westfall to Redridge, like over and over.
Wait, you think that's better
again.
than sitting in the dry ass barrens?
Well, it is convenient, and the Horde side,
Thirsty
right?
all the time with no water, just thirsty.
That's so in the game, barons.
Horde is very centralized. It's very convenient. You just exist in the same area for a huge stretch of levels.
Bro, you're in the Barrens till 25, dude.
Well, if you're a Night Elf, Chad, you can just exist in Teldrassil to Darkshore to Ashenvale. Yeah. Yo, they've grown on me, Def. They've grown on me.
That's like saying Jumbo Shrimp, bro. There's like no Night Elf.
Yo, that is a thing, bro. Night Elf Hunter is actually cool, man.
It wouldn't be that bad if it was just the Barons, but if you fuck around, pick Orc or Troll, you're starting the desert. and then you go to more desert, dry ass barrens, and then you leave for a little bit to go Stone Town for like a 2.5 blocks of some grass, and then you're back into more desert, and then you got to go to Southern Barrens, which is desert, and then you got to go to 1,000 Needles, which is fucking desert with pillars. Then you're in Shimmering Flats, which is desert, but that's a pretty cool place. So and then it becomes cool.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think I hate the feeling of the zones, but you got to admit the quests, like the actual
efficiency is much
efficiency of the quests as Horde is so good. And I usually go because I'm like an undead, like Desi. Like I usually go, Tears Full into and take that route into Silverpine and go to Hillsbrad. Even though there's a lot less quests there, I think that is my favorite quest.
Yo, another buff that's pretty huge for Alliance, bro, is Sanctuary too. We forgot about that. That's another great one. So one of the pallies here, I think it's Riley JMN. They're basically probably the paladin equivalent of a Holy Weaver, where they take the L with personal throughput or something, and they get Sanctuary, and that gives them effectively some form of like smart healing or smart mitigation. So just seeing that pop up.
Yeah.
What is that Boomkin buff that he has? Joker has.
Buff.
Looks like a Moonkin.
That's the aura that Moonkins give, right? That's.
No, where I don't see this buff.
It's the one on.
No.
Last time they were.
I'm gonna chat on now.
Hold on, it's called Moonkin or some shit, right? Hold on.
Oh, it's not Moonkinar. What?
Scorepock Assay.
Oh yeah. That's the one from what's the name?
Blasted
From
Lands. Blasted Lands.
Yeah.
Oh, it has a Moonkin logo.
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah.
It's like an owl. I thought you were talking about like a Moonkin aura.
There is a crit buff.
It's the Blasted Lands buff. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if he's missing anything.
And
he's
are they farming BOEs here before they pull bosses? Or
They're farming trash till the end of the flask, and then they'll pull some bosses.
They're also stretching the content.
I think this might be the last reset.
Oh, there's the Night Slayer. So yeah, they're also getting Desi. So they're getting they're skinning the cores for the core leather as well, which is really big, and the BOEs obviously, and last time they got some good greens too, like some of the greens, like the plus 40 something healing greens or whatever, like those are actually pretty decent for healers. I have 3 pieces that are like plus 40 something healing, which are, I mean, there's no stats on them, but still, like you get a lot of good, like cores and all that good stuff. So, but I just look at the coordination on them right now. Like I feel like they've got this down really well. Man. They're pulling surgers and filers together now. Yeah.
You'd think this is like a normal run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no one's worried about dying. That's how clean this is.
I agree with you 100%. This looks
I kind of feel like you shouldn't be dying right here. Right?
Yeah, I'm starting to calm down.
I don't want to be that guy, but you shouldn't be dying here.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, like obviously accidents always happen, but they know. Like the main thing of the main way people die here is someone pulls a dog because they're not looking at the dog pad or something like that, or a pull goes wrong. They're like Duranus, I can't underestimate this. He is such a good puller, right? They have such good leadership with pulling and this, that, and other people are stacking on surgers. They have one hunter standing out for the surge because that way people take less damage. If one person stacks out, they only take a little bit of damage. They're just playing this very smart.
Yeah, in all honesty, what hardcore does is it makes you play the game like an apes-ish guild, right? Because I'm not saying as far as talent, and these people are very talented, but let's just say that's not what's happening. In a normal MC, what's happening, right? Joe Blow's taking the dog out. Someone's like, wife's yelling at him. That's what happens in a normal MC run, but what's happening right now, because it's hardcore, is everyone is peak efficiency, 100% uptime. That's huge, right? And that kind of brings you into that, like, almost looking like an apes or a speed run here, is that, like, yeah, they don't have the speed, but their efficiency is just as high because everyone is super scared.
That's
they don't want to die.
Such a good point, Melderon. That's such a good point, actually. So it's not speed, but it's so clean, the execution almost, that it makes up for it. Hardcore, it sounds very culty to say this, but it almost makes you play the game like in a kind of how they intended for you to play. Like you don't skip anything because it's just not worth it. Like it's just not worth it. You do plan every little pull, and you are in comms. You just don't really bash your face against the keyboard with anything. But anyway, it's interesting about Duranosaur. I don't know if I've shared this with the chat before. So Duranosaur comes from he's a thoroughbred raider, loves it. He's kind of like you guys, Def and Mel, and he led his guild successfully through Classic all the way through, just like you guys did with Eden. Never broke up. That's very impressive to get a guild the whole way through. And he had a reputation in his guild for being unkillable. One, because he's played a hunter, but pretty much there are people who raided with him who legitimately were like, I've never seen this man lose his buffs. You know, that's who you want in the hardcore raid, bro. Like he never
me too.
loses his buffs to the point where it's like a meme that like he will never lose his world buffs.
Yep.
Dude,
You know,
I
that's who
watched
you
the
want.
clip
Who,
of
the guy
him.
with paint death?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Briggs.
But I watched a clip of him where the paladin died in his group. He did not like lose, like he was so calm, did not lose like any bit of like what's the fucking word? You know what I'm saying? Like his
Focus?
composure.
Okay.
Focus. Like
Other than the
he's like,
giant
oh,
stalker.
he was like, oh, my paladin died. Just like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like I would have been freaking out, dude. So yeah, that
Yeah.
is balls of steel for sure. Yeah, there's the AoE damage. See, it's not too bad. Not enough to put a priest in every group, I would say. Yeah.
I love Graze's face, dude. He makes the best facial expressions.
Look at his heart rate right now. He's dude. I'm telling you, it's I was gonna say Jordan Peterson. What's his name? From Hayden Christensen from Star Wars, man.
Man, I got one of those for my stream. I see he's got one too. When did he just
Oh, the
put
heart
it
rate
up?
monitor?
Oh, the
Yeah.
heart rate monitor. Yeah.
Yeah, I
he's-
haven't set mine up, but wow, that's gonna be crazy. My
Chat loves it. They love
Yeah.
it.
I
love it. I
yeah.
use it for scary games, but it looks super fun.
So on the Grace for Days note, sorry, I stopped right there for a second. Grace for Days has a very different playstyle from both Melderon, myself. I duoed with him multiple times, right? And he does stuff that's so dumb a lot of the time. I say this so endearingly because I love him, right? He's like a little brother to me. But he just skips mobs. He just plays so carelessly in my mind. And I think a lot of it is because he plays druid, and druids do kind of cheat the game in the open world. They're so powerful, they don't really need to worry about getting punished by anything, right? And Graze, but you know the expression like, you know, you can't argue with the results or whatever, right? He is still alive and has 260.
Two
Yeah.
60s.
He has two. You can say what you want about the man. You know, you can think he's the biggest dumbass or the most careless or whatever, right? My man's got 260s that are pretty geared.
Yep.
He flew on his second druid. And people
I couldn't believe it, yeah.
People like to meme Graze because he's kind of like a silly, kind of like goofy guy in a lot of ways, right? But at what point do you stop being the meme and actually just become a fucking like, you know, a big brain? I think
agree.
he's there, dude. He's just done enough things. He has enough notches on his belt. Yo, he's a big brain now, man. Graze really.
Yeah, after
He
playing with
knows how
Grace,
to play
I mean,
druid,
he
right?
raided with us as well up until AQ when he took a break. Solid tank, always there, always does what he's supposed to do. And you know, I know a lot of people memed on, you know, like you said, like he's also known for being the Prince of Mulgore. Why? Because he loses a lot of characters in Mulgore, right? But to be like you just said, he's got 260s. One of them's an MC. You can't say shit now, right?
That's what
I
I'm
think that's
saying,
the
man.
most important thing. Yeah.
Graze is a pumper, dude. Absolute pumper.
He wasn't always that way, though.
Yeah.
We raided with him from the very start when he knew nothing about this game, bro. He knew barely anything. He was doing guides on actual gray items in the game and like making on pocket lint and stuff and like the secret chest. And he has really come a long way and is now really a phenomenal player.
I feel like he's mastered druid. Like he really has. Like he found the class that speaks to him the most. And he's like pretty much completely mastered it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just really come a long way. And it's
Look at that.
like,
I know it's
so
just
many
for 1
collabs.
second, but Gordon Ramsay at the top, you know they have a feral DPS in this raid, right?
Oh, I thought he was tanking.
wow.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, you're right. He's not tanking. They have 4 warriors and a druid, and Graze is the druid. Wow.
How could you
Look at
justify that,
that.
though? How could you possibly justify bringing a feral?
Off tank boss if they need for maybe for you know what, for the ads, Cargos,
Battle
for
res?
the ads. A battle res. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, no,
well,
not in this raid.
Not in this raid.
But for the, I'm thinking for the ads for Lucifron and Gehennas, but because like they have how many tanks? 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't there 4 ads and then the boss only they would need 5 tanks on some fight? So I think he could possibly be like an off tank if needed.
Yeah,
I think
an off
that's
tank.
what.
Off
Yeah,
tank,
and-
off heal,
yeah.
innervate.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I mean, his damage seems fine right now. I mean, I see him up
really
there for
good.
a second.
Yeah, he's
Look,
pumping.
500,
He's up there.
Power
400.
shifting or yeah.
Is Gordon
So-
Ramsay a secret low-key pumper? I always kind of took him as very like casual leveler Andy, always just picking flowers, loving that side of the game. Where nothing wrong with it at all, but I never
Yeah, I
knew.
like to see his bag.
How about how he dinged? How about how he dinged 60, bro?
What do
Did
you
you
do?
see that video, Cargo?
He
No,
kited a devil sword from Ungoro to Moonglade.
Well, not even that. He played first person all the way to
The
60.
whole way,
Yes.
yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
expect a person playing first person
What?
classic
Yeah.
WoW to 60 to be like a pumper, right? I mean,
What?
more power to him. I love him. He's a great guy, you know. But he's actually showing up here. I wonder if his bag's just filled with pummelers, and he's just like.
That's what I was gonna say. He's got
power-shifting
pummelers all
bags
over his
right
bag
now.
right
First
now. yeah.
person?
First person, bro.
I
You
can't
know how
even
hard that
fucking
is?
make it. And he did it in first person.
Oh, he's streaming. He's streaming. He's streaming. I gotta see it.
Is he still doing first person? No way.
Oh, it's
No,
I thought it was only doing it while leveling, right?
That would be
Yeah,
trolling
yeah.
the raid. I think
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta check
Yeah,
in with
yeah.
him though. I mean,
He has
I'm
a ton of
seeing-
pummelers, they said, yeah.
You know
He
what?
farms pummelers 2 hours a day. Wow.
What might be his inclusion in the raid too is because they're going so decurse heavy that druids can decurse, you know. So
Yeah.
maybe he's bringing them.
Also a
through that.
decurse. Sorry, totally forgot about that.
Yep,
Also
true.
a decurse.
And I wonder, so from a healer too, healer perspective, Def Camp. I don't know how much you value druids because I know you never played a druid, and like they've always been kind of underwhelming in classic. Like, are they better in hardcore
Amazing.
healing? You think?
Druid. Okay, so let me say something right here. So druid healers, one druid. Obviously, there's no reason to have more than one, but one druid healer can out DPS. Like I've seen druid healers out DPS. I'm sorry, out heal. Like especially when they get better gear and they're able to just like go hot heavy and like hot the whole raid up. Druid healers are actually low key very good in raid healing. And now that you don't have to worry, like so back in classic when everyone had world buffs and there was a buff limit and shit like that, a lot of times we couldn't even use hots, right? Because of the buff limit. But a good druid that can just spam fucking rejuve on the entire raid can do absolutely bonkers HPS. It's actually ridiculous, Cargos.
Really?
It's we had a Garthy. We had a really good druid back
See those
in
pummelers,
our,
bro? You
in
see
our
how many
max
pummelers he
stage.
has? He actually
No,
is
I
pumping
missed it.
to
I don't
it.
even have the whole
He's
bag.
got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He's got 10 pummelers, fire water.
Nice.
Yo,
He's even got
nice.
That's how you
mana
pharaoh,
pots
bro.
and yeah. But yeah, low key, man, druid healers, like obviously there's no need to bring more than one because the hots can't stack in classic, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, druid healer and I think in one raid can absolutely be very, very, very integral.
They're doing one more. This is the last reset. Or
Last
this is
reset, dude.
Yeah.
Stino with his fucking
believe so.
his fucking things. That's so funny.
Then it's time for boss soon? Hell yeah.
I think, yeah.
Love to see it, man.
Oh
Either
god,
that or that
guys,
was love.
I'm getting a little nervous now.
Really,
So-
I've calmed down.
You have?
Yeah.
So,
But this is
Are
100%
you
worth
getting
it,
nervous?
right? Like for them to build up a little momentum here, kill some stuff, move together,
Oh, yeah.
instead of just ice cold
Get the
going
blood
into
flowing, if you
the
will.
boss.
Yep.
it's
Build the
crazy
pool.
how geared they are. They're like you know, they like Hide of Wild, True Faith, like just every possible thing they could have outside of a raid. Pretty much all of them have. You know what I mean? Like
Goes to show you when there's a challenge, people come to rise to meet it. You know, that's it's awesome to see.
It's awesome. I mean, guys,
Yeah.
you have to remember with hardcore WoW, or you know, at first it just started off as, you know, can you level to 60 without dying? And people genuinely kind of like didn't know if you really could, or you know, yeah, we're back then in the early days of it. You know, just getting 60 was kind of mind blowing. Like getting it on a warrior, for example, was crazy,
Yeah.
right? And then it slowly went to the next step. No, there's no way we could do dungeons though, right? There's no way we could do like Strathhome hardcore,
Yeah.
right? Turns out you can. It turns out you can basically play the entirety of the game with one life. That's how it's looking right now. We're about to see if you can do raid bosses as well, right? But
Yep.
getting Prebis, it's for sure challenging and you have to focus, but I don't know. I mean, it's not like rocket science. It's not like the hardest thing ever. Like the risk isn't to the point where it feels like why bother? It actually feels kind of fun, the certain element of like the amount of risk right now in hardcore. And people are able to get full Prebis in hardcore.
That's crazy.
At scale. And it's just so exciting, you know, that you can do that and you can play this game in that way and still do all the content.
Yeah,
dude,
I agree.
you know what? Like just think about it for a sec. Every person in this raid has not died fucking once. Like that. I mean, you just think about it. Like, isn't that fucking insane? Like,
Yeah, it's insane.
Cool, man.
every single person in this raid has not died at all. Like, it's just boggles
Even
my mind.
crazier is there's people in there who have never. This is their first time doing the hardcore challenge and one shot it.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how
Yeah,
many
some
times
have
I
played
died? I mean, like, well, let's be real. I mean, it was mostly Gray's fault when I died, but you know, or Melron's
your
fault. I'll never forget that clip in the Barons where Grace came out of nowhere and I zoomed in to look at his gear, and then I ran right into the elite Pats in the Barons, and they killed me. 100% Grace's fault. So anyway, yeah.
I'm gonna give Joker a lot. We're looking at Joker here, a lot of credit, man. Got a mage up to what 56 or whatever it was.
52.
Died. Rolled a solo warrior, got him to 60. Now he's
Yeah.
raiding, dude.
Yeah.
Give Joker a lot of credit, man.
I've said it a lot
While
of times
streaming
too.
it all and being, big streamer.
I've interfaced with quite a few like really big streamers, that are, I don't know, like just couple K and up CCV, and most of them, and it's not to say that they're bad people at all. They do have kind of like this unreachable, kind of like untouchable ego a little bit with stuff. Right? It's kind of just hard to talk to them, hard to like speak normally with them. I've had the exact opposite experience with Joker. Like, he's been very down to earth. A lot of people have said he's changed a bit, like matured a bit, even a little bit. I've been pretty blown away. He's respected the community, respected the challenge, hasn't felt like he's been above any of the rules or customs or traditions or anything like that. Just plays the game mode with respect, respects others' time. And I've had really positive experiences with him, bro. And I didn't know anything really about him before him joining the hardcore community. So,
bro, I don't think I ever told anybody his story. I've streamed probably a total of like 5 times in my life, right? And one of the times I was streaming, I had like 10 people watching me. I was doing something. Maybe it might have been hardcore. All of a sudden, I get like a raid of like 1,000 people, right? And I'm like, oh my god, my Twitch is acting up, like something's broken. And then my whole chat starts blowing up, and people are laughing at me. And Loretta, she's a mod in your chat.
Yeah.
Loretta's like, oh, I think you're getting bombed by something, or like something's happening. And I'm like, Loretta, help me, blah blah. Joker dropped like 1,000 people on me, dude. Right?
That's insane,
this was like a year ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, I watched all your shaman guides, like love and blah blah blah. And I was like, starstruck. I was crazy. You know what I mean? That happened to me like a year ago. I was like blown away. My boomer ass thought something was happening to my stream.
He started banning like half the people.
I started banning people. I
They
think
were
they were all
spamming
like, bots or
fucking.
something.
They were spamming.
What is this Keck W? Is this some kind of like
exactly.
weird hack?
What is Keck W? What does that mean?
Conrad's such a boomer, guys.
That's
They had no idea what it was. It was so funny.
That's so funny, man. Why are they resetting? They're resetting to build a bit of momentum so they can move together, play together. Kind of like the healers are feeling out the damage, right? And also to get some gear, so they're getting BOE epics, and it's actually incredibly efficient. So we did a 2-hour trash farm last week and got 6 or 7 epics in 2 hours, and that's pretty good. So they're doing that,
nice.
And I doubt this has any reason to it. Like, I honestly don't think this has any reason in Napi's mind, but it's kind of nice that they're doing it too, because there's a bit of build up and we're able to talk a little bit. We throw the stream on for 20 minutes and watch the bosses either die or wipe, and then we're out of here. So just enjoy it, guys. Just like, relish in the moment. It'll come and go in 2 seconds. We're about to watch some history here.
Hell, Pecker, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the other thing too is like I think like what's really cool. You've seen a lot of the communities kind of integrate with each other. Like there's some really positive communities. I mean, like Desi, for instance, like your community, fucking awesome people. Cargo's community, like a lot of the community, and I feel like what's really been really cool too is like you've seen people like hosting each other, rating each other. Just seeing all the streamers like come together and interact with each other has been really fucking wholesome. It really has, man.
Yeah.
Like everyone's gotten along. I don't think there's been any like drama, right? Like it's been so fucking nice to see that,
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah,
been.
the HC community definitely is very strong. Very, positive.
I'm glad you think that way, because we've gone through a tumultuous chapter here. I'm not sure how much you guys just watching have like detected it, but behind the scenes we've been, there's been a lot of bad optics about us, people posting on Reddit and YouTube and all this stuff, and lots of widespread griefing and trolling and stuff. So it has been pretty brutal chapter of growing pains for us these past weeks, and we've gotten through it. I think we've turned the corner. Blizzard has like stepped up a lot in the past couple of days and like made clear that griefing other players isn't cool, and they fixed some stuff in the game too. And I think we're through it, man. I think we've turned the corner and we're about to like come up again and get some more wind in our sails. So
Cargos, you got to realize that you have a very unique perspective in it too, because you deal with all of it, all the hate, right? You have to deal with it. Like a lot of people don't see it, and I think the reason that you because like you deal with a lot of it, have to talk to people this and another, but like I think it's such a small. I don't know if you can talk on this too, guys, but I feel like it's such a small percentage of the entire thing. You know what I mean? It's like a 0.1%.
The crazy thing is, though, such a small percentage can actually, to be honest, have a very big impact, though. They even, just a few people pissing in the Kool-Aid. Nobody wants to drink the Kool-Aid anymore, right? And it's like, Yeah. So it's been a, but I mean, some positive changes come out of it. We've got some stuff fixed in the game, and I honestly, if I were a betting man, and this is a question for the chat too, like, does it seem likely to you that we would get like a Soul of Iron server, or a Soul of Iron layer at some point? For whatever it's worth, having my ear this close to the ground and all the rumblings and talking back and forth with Blizz quite a bit and the community and stuff, if I was a betting man, I actually think it is now likely in future, like maybe for season 2 or something, that will happen, man, and it's going to be freaking unbelievably
6 months ago, I would have
insane.
said hard no cargoes, no effing way. But when Season Master came out and that buff was added in the game, now I think yes, it's definitely
Yeah, I would
possible.
hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, despite the negativity, you know, and the griefers and all the stuff you've been seeing online, Cargos, I mean, the community's still growing. I was gaming the other day and someone walked past me in Stormwind. This guy's an HC Golf.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like,
yeah.
nice,
Wow.
dude.
What?
We got a new
Yeah.
guild, HC Golf, man.
It's so
I was
funny.
like, yes,
All the way-
man.
all the way
give
to
me
G.
a
I
feel like that
golf,
definitely
man. I'm
would have
about
been
to
a
G
good-
quit
yeah.
Charlie.
I
Get
feel like
me in
that
golf.
definitely could have been a good time to do HC Gamer or something though.
We thought we were gonna have 3 leveling guilds, and some people said, it's too much, man. It's too much. 3 leveling
Yeah.
guilds. Ended up having 5 or 6 or something, plus the HC Elite guild. It's so freaking cool, man. This has been so great, this whole experience.
Just
Definitely
wait, we'll
is.
have hardcore.
Oh, by the way, we're going
That's
Lucifron.
easy.
No way.
Oh, right.
Let's
Let's
Oh,
go,
shit, here we go.
boys.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Gray's heart rose through the roof.
Oh
go.
my god. Like, so what do you think about the imps? Like, first, I think, like, obviously, like,
Walk us
they're-
through what's dangerous about them, Defcam. What's dangerous
The
about this
knockback
whole
Oh,
right
section?
now, the knockback. The
Yeah.
knockback.
So, well, so the mob right here, right? This, first of all, like, you gotta be careful with the surgers so they don't get knocked in the lava.
Yep. 'Cause
Okay?
people will get knocked
Yeah.
in lava here if you're
Then
not
the
stacked
imps.
up.
Yeah, so the imps do like a lot of AoE damage. The thing is, like, they'll be fine as long as I don't know. So, like, we always doing this. We would always hug the right, and you don't want to pull the. So let's see how they do this, right? Because you want to hug
We're gonna pull
the wall. Do you think they're gonna pull them just to
Oh,
be
they have
safe?
to play for.
Right.
Yeah, you have
Well,
to. that
this
wouldn't you?
I mean this pack, right? But when they go back in, they hug the right because the imps respawn after how long? I forget what it's like. It's like
It's
not
short,
that long,
but
right?
it's not like
Yeah.
They
immediately.
don't gotta- minutes.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
what the hell did they do? Okay, so they're
Trash?
okay.
They're killing that pack. Yep.
Yeah,
This pack
yeah.
you would normally skip,
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm nervous
and
now.
then there's a pack to the right.
Are you guys
Or-
watching from Carlos' stream or from
I
somebody's
am.
direct stream?
I'm
You should
watching
watch
from
from
Carlos'
someone's
stream.
direct stream because
Yes.
you guys are like a minute behind.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, really?
watch them stay safe.
I'm watching straight from the raise.
God,
Okay.
Joker does 12,000 human beings.
That's insane,
does?
man.
Joker?
Joker.
Nice.
Yeah. Ads.
Watching him do hardcore, brother.
So yes, they're doing the surgers so well. So I don't remember what the respawn is on the imps, but I know it's quicker than.
I'll have to fight them when they
Surger.
come out
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Wow,
exciting.
victory or death on Horde side's about to hit 900 players as well. Hardcore is alive and well
Wow.
on Horde side as well. That's cool, man. That is
Wow.
That is awesome.
Hey, thank you, Boogie, for that prime, bro. Appreciate it.
12,000 rooting for Joker to die.
Oh no,
yeah.
dude. So I think Lucifron, as long as the pool is okay,
Yep.
you know, the
All
dog
tanks
packs
pick
are
up
not
the
gonna have
ads.
to right. Dude, can you imagine if they pull a dog pack by accident with Lucifron? No, I don't want.
I don't think it's going to happen. The
I'm
pulls
just,
have been
I know,
really
but
on point.
I've
Yeah.
seen that happen so many times, you know.
Everything will be AoE.
Oh my god, that would scare the hell out of me if that happened. So here's the next impact.
Easy impact, good.
Yep, see they're just tanking them away from the rest of the raid. No one's getting hit by the Nova.
Yeah, slows on.
Easy. mode.
Perfect.
Slows
Yep.
her down.
Frost mages, even though they're not doing like, I mean, they're doing all the damage right here in the AoE packs. So important to have for that, right? I love mages in like every fucking dungeon because like having like mages with Imp Blizzard and you know just it's so good to have. dude.
Yeah,
So good to have.
Lesamos is the Winter's Chill mage. So I'm pretty sure he would be
very
taking the
nice.
clothes.
Very nice. And a hardcore
Very
raid too. I swear it's probably so, like people don't even mind. You know, like I wouldn't mind if I
Yeah,
had to go
no.
whatever. You know, usually I'm kind of like a selfish player when I raid and I want to like pump and but like you know.
Warhound
hardcore-
pack.
There he is, dude. There he is. So
Oh.
these core hounds, right?
pack.
Are they gonna pull any of the core hounds? Or are they just gonna kill Lucy? That's the question.
Oh, they're gonna.
Oh, they gotta kill
already
the
marked
Warhounds,
them.
right?
Okay, so the thing is though, here's the thing. They could possibly, it happens, right? Where if you pull Lucy, not if you like, you have to pull him at the end of his pat, or else you could pull the dog pat with Lucy. So you have to be very careful to make sure you pull Lucy at the end of his pat. That way you don't pull a dog pack. Now, if they wanted to be really safe, they could kill the dog pack now, or but I don't think they're going to do that. They're just going to get Lucy at the end of his pat.
Yeah, we are.
But God, I just really hope they don't fucking.
3 or 4 minutes. We're just gonna wait.
I don't know why. I mean, they have a really good
overthinking
point.
this.
25.
They're gonna pull in 3 to 4 minutes once their cooldowns get back up.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the
They're
bathroom.
gonna rebuff in 3 or 4
I'm about to
minutes.
piss
when the
myself
cooldowns
right
come back.
now.
They're pulling Lucy too. They're not pulling any dogs.
No dogs, straight Lucy.
No dogs, straight Lucy, yeah.
Holy shit, guys! This
Yeah,
all
you
comes down
can.
to
You
this.
can. As long as you know how to pull this, you can pull it cleanly without pulling anything.
Yo, I don't think you guys understand though. Usually it's like not real. It's an illusion of content whenever there's a spicy moment on stream, bro. This is not that. This is the fucking real deal, dude. These are mortal characters. If they wipe, it's GG.
Yep.
Well played. There is no like. There is no respawn. It is the end of the line. They have to one and done this boss on the first try.
Yep, they do exactly. There's no practice pulls, right?
No practice pulls. Bunch of strangers. Dude, yeah, what
So
if
you
you
were
heard what Joker
saying-
said? If he-
Graze is tanking triangle, brothers. This is happening.
They're going to try to pull Lucifron without the ads. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
my
So
God.
no. They're gonna pull them with the ad. They're not gonna pull the dog pack. So there's
Oh,
dog
okay,
pack right
okay.
there.
I see.
Lucifron makes like a little. He comes around that dog pack, and you can pull him in the right spot. He'll come with his ads, but not with the dogs.
Yes.
That's what
Okay.
I'm
I
trying
think
to
if
do.
So-
anything could go
Is
wrong,
that
right?
the safest way?
Yes.
Is that-
No, the safest way would be to kill that dog pack.
Yes,
What?
that is
In my
but-
opinion, yeah.
I agree. I agree. But that dog pack, they like. I don't know if they practice. You have to kill all the dogs at the same time.
Same time.
They
You
all
just
die
stack them and
at the same
AoE him
time.
down.
I see.
Also,
Right,
you're in
so-
territory. If there was to be a Leroy incident or something, like you're deep in the cave now. At this point, this is monk
Yes.
ass, man. Like so
And-
many. There's probably 100 different things that could go wrong to wipe the raid, right? Like Hunter just fucks up the pull and pulls the core hounds, right?
And say if any feign deaths and it gets resisted.
He feign deaths
or
gets
someone
resisted.
heals them and gets in combat with the rest of the group. Yeah.
Or if a tank just gets like MC'd or something, and he,
Right at the start. Yeah.
right at the start, or or maybe like the tanks just mess up who they're picking up, as far
Yeah,
as that,
yeah.
like, and it could just snowball, and then it's a wipe, man. You wipe all the time when raiding.
Yep. So let's go over the mechanics real quick. So obviously there's 4 ads and Lucifron. Lucifron does mind controls on random targets. I believe it's random. I don't think it has anything with threat, right? It's completely random.
Yep.
He also does the Doom,
Curse.
impending Doom, which
Magic.
is magic damage that's put on everyone in the whole raid has to be dispelled off everyone, or it does like 2k damage or so.
2,000 damage.
Yeah, they will survive it because they have shadow protection on. I believe they also have greater shadow protection pots as well. So even if they do get hit by it, they will survive it unless they're not topped off. He also does a curse, which reduces healing. Is it?
No, that's
Gehennas.
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 This
I'm
is just,
sorry.
it just costs. It makes the spells cost more.
Spells cost more, and he also,
also does a shadow
does a shadow
shock.
bolt. Yeah, shock. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the main thing is here is to get the pull correctly because I personally, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you pull the dog pack? Do you kill the
They're
dog?
not pulling the dog pack. I said they should.
I'm
They're
really
not going
scared
to
about that. I'm
Hey,
really
about
scared
the
about
goal,
that.
this is it. Your last chance prediction right there. Are they all going to survive
Oh.
Lucifron, guys? Come on.
Thing
What's
is,
gonna
even
happen?
if there's one death, it's fucking horrible though. At the same time, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Even one. It's honestly like what happens in the military too, and to a certain extent, like a lot of the modern day soldiers are so over engineered. If you think about all of the training and money, and I wonder what
Yeah.
it costs to actually put a U.S. Army infantryman on the ground downrange, right? If you think about the cost of all the training and flights and payroll and equipment and
Probably 10 to 50 times more expensive than the enemy, right?
yeah,
we
that's
go.
what I'm
Somewhere,
saying, right?
yeah.
And all the consumes and how much they work to get here. This is it, boys. This
Here we
is
go.
fucking
Here we
crazy.
go. Here we go, guys. They're coming. Okay. Okay. Wait, is this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
Got it.
This might be. They're waiting for cooldowns, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
At the very pull, you're like helping tank triangle. You're not trying to pull aggro, but you're just kind of making sure.
The hunter's not up there yet, so no, I don't think this
Yeah.
Didn't have any issue.
You turn the volume up a little bit. Maybe we can
They
hear it.
haven't
okay,
rebuffed
okay.
yet. They haven't
Sorry.
rebuffed yet.
Oh, dude, I am so nervous about the dog pack pulling.
I want the hunters assigned to each mark.
Yeah.
So what do they do if the dog pack
Tyrannosaur.
pulls? Do they all just like
I'm gonna mark
Alune
you
and
with a
hurt?
triangle. Sorry, that's
Let's see. Here, let's
I think you might have
mark you
to.
with a diamond.
Imagine someone who pulls, man.
Pee pee poopy, you're a circle. Peter, star, and Hicks is skull.
That name, man.
I want you guys kind of in position here.
I completely didn't listen to any of that, and I just
for
heard
our
him
boss.
say pee pee
So you guys will
Oh
kind
my
of be
God,
like
dude.
an anchor for our tanks to know exactly what you're doing.
Okay, so they have someone assigned dispelling MCs.
I like that guy.
And you guys are also just gonna like shoot your mob to help bring you to the
This is it.
spot as well. They don't hit hard. These mobs hit for about 800 on plate. No shield.
Okay.
1, 2,
So
3,
they
4,
are
How does he
not
know
5.
that? They hit for 800 on plate
I'm gonna
with
go over heals
shield.
real
Rob.
quick.
He's a
People
fucking
should know this.
Yeah.
Nordius is healing
Yeah,
Amp,
boy.
Suri,
They have like
on
9
Carla,
dispels.
Riley,
Or
Amp,
They have
sorry.
way
you-
more than
you-
9.
Helix,
Oh, you mean decurses?
Blender.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Oh,
Bird,
sorry. Decurses is 1,
BRGX.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Spellegrino is
7 if we
dispelling,
count Gordon.
which is the macro.
So my worry is
Between all your raid
if
healing,
someone is not topped
Kill
off and
on
doesn't get
amp,
dispelled, right?
cover
That is
bro
probably going to
on
be the main
raid.
way someone dies, or
Someone
from a mind
Someone
control.
kills a mind control.
Rest
A mind
focus
control.
potions as
bounce
well,
between
right?
the
Yeah,
tanks.
so I gave out. I think Cargo said
set
everyone should have
dispelling
restorative pots,
MCs.
right? So they can,
Sure.
if they have to, remove
after
their
that,
own.
and
So
for
restorative
raid.
pots,
Well, that
guys.
could be used anyway.
Grandmother
Right.
dispelling
Yeah, it
MCs,
removes
Yeah.
magic.
Good point.
raise for days.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Right. We
Nikki
should have
on
plenty
raise
of
for
them.
days.
So, yeah, I
Rudy's
mean,
dispelling MCs.
Whenever we lost people on this fight,
And
when we
second
played multi-life,
is
was
just
because someone
decursing
killed a
and
mind
raid
control
healing.
target.
Okay.
But this is
All the
different though,
healing
bro.
senses.
This is
That
buffed
would be
MC.
good.
This is
Yeah.
a whole
Yeah.
other
I
animal,
just do
man.
DPS. That's what I
Right?
do.
No, I agree, but I
Actually,
think
I have a
that's
better
still
idea.
something to consider. Like
If
you
you
might
want healer,
cleave down
take your raid
someone
assignment.
by accident. It
Oh,
happens.
we
Buff or
also
not, this
Yeah.
fight was still
All I
the
do is I
easiest
do
one to
DPS.
raise
I
when
do
we did
big,
it.
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
DPS.
Both times
I
we
top,
did it
I
on
top the
the
meters. That's what I do.
we also
Okay. That's
if
that's
you don't
my
have
plan.
enough. Like,
This hits?
like, we had a lot of shamans.
12.
No, they turned
No,
around.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, sorry.
We also had a lot of
Which
shamans,
order do you
and
want?
I think we only had like 5 priests, like the
Uh,
one of the first times we did it. So like we had only like those 5 priests dispelling all the impending dooms, which is
Then Concord.
you know, it can be rough. That's why they have literally I think like 12 people that can no. Let's see, they have 1, 2.
can do
4.
prod debuff. Sorry.
They have 11 people that can dispel impending doom. That should be plenty.
And everybody popping restorative potion. The thing is, the
Yep.
cost per pull versus just a normal multi-life raid, if you think about it, because you have to have everything for everything. These folks have to have every consumable on the table possible in the game, out of respect for each other's time, you know? It is so over-engineered, this raid. It is so over-consumed. It is
Look at all
so
the
over
buff.
the top. It is...
I'm gonna do it.
If we do, we can
I'm very nervous for this, man. I'm not even in there, but I'm starting to feel nauseous. I hope that they fucking do it.
Spawn again
Yup.
during the fight though.
They
Stopping
all
the
have
popping
flasks
the
on.
first curse.
All
Oh,
melee
awesome.
have titans, including tanks, rogues,
Oh,
even
that's
some hunters
huge.
have it.
That's
I mean,
huge,
yeah.
So
All the
smart.
casters have
There's
supremes.
probably never
Each
gonna
healer
be
is equipped with 2 flasks of distilled wisdom. Each healer has a stack of major mana potions. They all have lips. They all have greater shadow protection potions, greater fire protection potions, restorative potions,
like the
hellstones, tubers.
can be very close. Like they
So I'm
just-
watching from Tommy's point of view. He's got his
so that
he has his
it's not like
bars like so big. You know, it's like his whole screen.
So they're gonna pull 1 pack for chickens, I believe.
Oh, they are. Okay, good. So they're gonna do a dog pack.
Smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
I'm
Very,
glad they did.
very,
They
very
reconsidered
good.
that.
Yes, me too.
Like on the first debuff it goes out.
That's a
we'll call
safety
it-
thing too. Like, why not? You
Yeah.
know?
So-
Exactly, and it's like they're not that bad. I mean, the dog packs can be rough, but you just got to kill them together, and
That's on the raid.
they have plenty. I mean, the fact that they're you know they've got fucking flesh on. They should be good.
Battle chicken on this
All right, they're using their chickens.
Here we go.
About it, and I'm
Nice.
worried about
First dog pack, gentlemen.
Mhm. All right, here it comes.
What we can do is just keep the dog pack alive for the entire
Make sure you
duration,
AoE him down.
and
Yep.
just keep it here for the
Imagine if there wasn't a
Everyone should be using AoE here. Melee should be cleaving. Multi-shot.
Like no damage. They're calling no damage right now.
Oh, okay.
So screaming no damage yet.
Yeah.
The building threat, I guess.
The thing is, you also have to keep in mind, guys, even if they get the boss down, right? Even if the boss dies, and it's a one-shot, if there are casualties, how do we all feel about it? Like, are you happy or are you sad? Or do you,
Oh,
is
I'm
it
sad.
acceptable losses, you know? there's going to be some percentage of acceptable losses.
There's gonna be deaths. Like if it's not today,
Maybe not
there's
here.
gonna be deaths in the
Yeah,
future. Yeah.
but there's
It's
going to be deaths
happen.
in the future.
Yeah.
Dude,
You guys got your chickens on?
what do you even say though? Do you celebrate if one of your buddies dies in the raid? Like,
Absolutely not.
I think
no.
it's I think you have to look at it as a war, Cargos, like World War II, right?
Yeah.
Many people died, but those people who died created a greater good in the end, right? I think that's how you have to look at this. Is that
We're not damaging right now.
human sacrifice here during this is for a greater purpose. I think that, and I think the people who, if I die in that molten core, I will consider that my,
that's your contribution to the cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The thing is, though, man, it's gonna get weird, right? You're not gonna know whether to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, we killed him, you know? But it's like, yo, Tyrannosaur died, man. Like,
Well, I'm screaming. Yes, I'm happy as shit if we killed him.
yeah.
Absolutely.
As long as the deaths don't,
If I die, I'm still gonna cheer for you guys as well.
as long as the deaths don't counter the overall gain of the raid, right? And if you start losing geared people, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
I mean, you're
right?
gonna
think
lose
that's
geared
the-
people. It's gonna be inevitable.
Well,
Everyone in there is
no.
geared,
What I'm saying,
right?
the equation
You know?
has to match. Like the equation has to match. The input has
Right.
the output has to
Are they
be
doing
higher
this
than the
full
input.
or-
Another pack. Looks like they're doing another dog pack.
Okay.
I like
smart.
it.
Mind.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Know what I'm
this is
saying?
exciting, bro.
Something
Hardcore
there.
boss kills are actually hype, dude.
The in has to be greater than the out, right? Otherwise, you're in trouble as far as the total raid.
Don't keep attacking.
Can I get
Hey, we're
full
gonna wait for these
cover
debuffs to
points? I
fall
can't.
and remarking.
I would like
We
to
sure
get
we
full
don't
cover
want another
points.
dog pack?
I won't be able to.
Guy, everyone's just like, woo! Everyone's like on the edge of their seat right now,
Okay,
dude.
boys, here comes.
Now I'll just
We
remark.
I feel so bad. Tommy, I was watching Tommy. He was like so nervous last raid. I'm like,
Sure.
I mean, as a healer, it's very because like people's lives are in your hands, you know. It's
Well,
It's okay. The boss fight is 2 minutes.
but I think the tanks have the hardest job, like
Okay,
because
okay.
like they're I don't know. I think in a raid the tanks have the
Hold it,
easiest
here we go.
One more try.
chance of dying.
To kill these fast.
What do you guys think? Type the number of how many people you think
Oh,
will
here
die.
comes Lucy.
0 if you don't think
They didn't
they're
hold
gonna die.
damage this time. Not sure why.
Like they're back far enough. Lucy won't pull, right?
Or were they getting squawks up? Maybe that's what they were doing last pull.
They are back far enough, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
This fair one is yours. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Getting rage. Sure you have 100 rage going into
Yeah,
this.
they're fine where they are.
So, what do you think, chat? How many casualties are there going to be, or do you think it's going to be a wipe?
on the pool right now.
Like, you know, one casualty. Will no one die? Will one guy die? Will it be a full wipe? Will it be zero? You know, what about you guys? If you had to guess, gun to your head, like literally, you
oh my
win
God.
$10,000 if you get it right.
Come back.
Can I get slice and dice?
I think
I
they're
wanna
actually
s-
pull Lucy.
My mind's telling me no deaths,
I
but there's a
get, like,
part of me
1.5
that thinks
slices
that
of dice.
someone's gonna knock it.
Instantly, so.
Their mind control cleanse fast enough, and they're gonna get cleaved down or something.
I don't think anybody's gonna die.
Oh, God, is it
actually.
happening?
think everyone's
I
gonna
hope
live.
there's no deaths so we can celebrate.
I'm just on
Yes.
the- I'm
I don't
sitting
think
on the
anybody's gonna
boss.
die right here, but I
That's
think
my
someone's
job.
gonna die on
I
a trash.
attack boss and I just pump.
My mind's telling me no,
Please do not
but
kill
my
me.
body
No mind
tell
control
me
kill.
yeah.
Okay, guys, this is
Yeah,
it.
we
This
know.
is it. When they
This is it.
patrol back, they are going to pull.
Oh,
Okay.
I fucking love these people in this raid.
No deaths.
Please
No deaths.
clutch it for the squad,
let's
boys.
fucking guys.
Okay.
Let's
first
go,
boss.
baby. Here we go.
boss,
First
Road to Rag.
boss
Lucifron.
of
Let's go.
hardcore Road to Rag. Here we go, guys. Get fucking
We
hype.
pop lost on pull and we just blast.
This is
Here,
so
come a
dope.
little closer.
Who's
Here.
put-
Will
who's
melee
PvPs
die?
us?
Will casters die? Will no one die? Will Ampy die?
Oh.
Please don't die, Ampy. Holy
Last
shit,
checks,
man.
everything, guys.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm watching Stay Safe.
Be ready to go.
Man, I'm fucking
I'm
scared.
watching
Okay.
Tom- Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Where's my X tank?
Wait. Here we go. We're
Oh.
pulling. We're pulling. We're pulling.
It's
Okay,
engaged.
Lucifron, we're pulling. First boss.
Grace has salve.
pulled,
Grace
we
has
pulled.
salve. Grace has
Oh
salve.
no.
We're focusing Lucy here.
Oh
Okay, no
no.
deaths.
Okay, he got it off.
Nice and
Impending doom is
smooth.
out.
No, Grace still has
Oh,
salve
he
right
still
now.
has salve.
Pee poo poo. Okay.
Brestopod.
His target's last to kill though, so I don't think it's gonna.
Alright, there goes the
matter that
decurse.
All right,
Nice.
everyone got dispelled.
Keep the spine, guys.
Alright, I'm seeing it.
cleaved.
I need to get.
Okay,
Need to
they
dispel
got impending
Debuff
doom
is
for
cocking me,
everyone.
man. I can't do damage, man. Okay.
There's the other curse.
Yeah.
So mages are now decursing.
Oh, they have so many people dispelling.
Allies are
Perfect.
dispelling mostly.
Okay.
Grace still has salve. He's losing
Dude,
his
it's,
ad
we're
target.
going smooth. We're going smooth.
Wow, it's going
This is
down.
so smooth,
Yeah,
man.
he's going down.
Someone is trolling Grays, dude. Like, come on, man.
Nah, we're absolutely fine here.
Ray's controlling himself.
Okay,
though.
pop
We
that
gotta get
there.
off.
Yeah, he needs
Cancel or end his
Easy.
skill or something.
yeah.
Nobody's
Oh,
getting
dispel
killed by the
Dinosaur,
mind
dispel
control. Stay safe is like
he's
half
not
health.
control.
You're fine.
Need to be instant.
He's almost dead. Lucifron's almost dead.
No, we're gonna do. Can we do all the bosses today?
Wow, I can't believe how fast it's going down.
Let's do the whole raid today.
I don't think they're
Dude,
having
I'm
another
ready.
pending doom.
Who's down for the whole raid?
Oh my
He
god.
is
Squares
down.
loose.
Good MCs right now. Squares
First
loose.
boss down, boys.
Okay, now you just have to finish the ads.
Bring it back.
First down is boss.
Not over yet.
First down is boss, guys.
Take X over.
Okay, we still got ads. We still got ads. We're not done yet.
Over yet.
I'm dominated.
Mana's good for everybody, seems like.
Yeah. They actually-
we still get that. We're not dead.
Their
We're not done
DPS
yet.
is really good, considering how many
Yes,
killers they
okay.
have.
Couple life
I
bars
lost
get
all my
kind of
buffs.
low there
What?
though.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god.
The mind controls are getting cleansed immediately. It's
Oh
really
my
good to
god.
see.
Bring it a little bit farther so that the hunters
It was a
can
bug.
check
Okay,
Okay.
we'll actually need to be careful how low they
around.
dip
Oh,
themselves.
I
with,
freaked out for a second. I'm getting dominated. Oh
oh,
god.
they're good now.
Good. Okay, so it's just a bug when you get mind control.
Okay, triangle. Bring triangle.
Okay, everything looks pretty clean now.
Okay, we're chilling.
As long as nothing crazy happens, Grays needs to take that fucking.
No, that's. I think
Salve off of
the
him.
hardest one of these.
Maybe someone can
bosses is
whisper him in
definitely
game real
Gehennas.
quick and maybe tell him to put a.
Okay, so Gehennas will be the more difficult one.
Dispel,
huge,
aura.
guys.
Cancel aura,
This is
Master.
trank shot.
Yeah.
This is a trank shot right here.
Yes, yes.
This is a trank shot.
Yep.
Let's go.
Woo! Magmadar is now on the table, bro. With
Let's
another trank
fucking
shot.
go,
Dude,
baby.
what
Let's see
about
the loot.
the
Let's see the
I think
loot.
building second
Oh,
draft is
Felhart
not
gloves.
necessary.
Who's getting the first
Yep.
hardcore epics of
Canarian
actual
Canarian
bosses,
And
bro?
Phil
Oh man,
This
dude.
game mode sucks.
Okay, no,
And
not
Trank
not
as
the
well.
best.
Okay,
but
okay,
the
boys,
Felhart
no
gloves
deaths.
are
No
pretty good.
deaths on Lucifron.
Fuck if he kills the
Yeah, let me get some claps in the chat,
Let's
bro. Let me get some
go,
claps.
guys. Let's go.
Good shit.
I'm actually down.
The first
Good
boss
shit.
down.
We're doing
Right.
Lucifron and Gehennas today. That's what we're doing.
Making
But
me feel like it's
That's
classic.
Pretty
That
clean,
was
pretty
bad.
clean. I mean,
That
there
was not
was a
good.
little bit of, scuffness there.
This is
but,
hardcore. No, this is
Grays
hardcore.
being salved, but
Trank is not tradable, right?
Dude,
Needs to
that
go
guy
into
over there, you see that boss?
Correct.
That's a hard
Yeah,
boss.
yeah.
Give it
Bro.
Tyrannosaur.
We're not doing that today, though.
Okay, we're pulling imps.
Have to go.
Okay,
Imps are
we
coming.
have
Imps are
AV
coming.
Oh, that's not good.
Nice. They made that look
You guys need to
easy.
be careful.
yeah, they did. They really did.
Just use dense if you have.
I just don't want to go in here, man.
You kind of
Alright,
don't
so-
want to look
What's
though, right? I can't even imagine being in this
Crystal
raid
Charge
actually,
also
because you
works
kind of
really
don't. When you're watching it,
And on the
you
human
just
bosses.
Come through, guys.
you don't even want to
We're
look.
into
Don't worry
this
about
with,
that.
Parlous Time.
Lucy is
What are we
dead.
doing about the
There it
human
is,
boss?
boys.
The loot on the boss can be looted to
You can
yourself
just-
now.
Could
Super
breathe
clean
a little bit
execution.
easier.
And then
I just can't believe. I can't commend the dispellers. Like those mind controls were
Are
getting
they actually
dispelled
good items?
like
I
a
was under the impression
tenth of
they
a
were
second
bad.
after they were
Yeah,
getting
they were
put out.
bad.
Yeah.
There was
I mean,
it was
I
really
mean,
good.
I mean, they
Well,
obviously have a lot of dispellers,
The next boss
but
be easy clap in the chat, boys.
the fact that they were
It's
keeping
scenario
people
type
topped off and
Yeah,
dispelling at the same time, very,
It's
very
one
good.
option.
Very good.
Someone's for sure
Stand
logging
this.
this shit, right? Gotta be.
Come
Oh,
through
they
the left,
better
guys.
be.
Come
I'm
through
sure.
We got a
someone
dog
is.
up here.
AV taunt this one.
It looked like it was the
Dog.
Fury Warriors on top though.
Yeah, yeah, the damage.
Bro, that's the beautiful
I
thing
really
to
would
see.
like to do
Let's
more.
just
So
say
they
I
get
that.
the
understand
clean-
why we're only
clean,
doing
right? The reason
doing
why
this
they do so
Joker
well
second
is
damage, man.
because the reason
Who
why
was
we're
first?
doing these two bosses, guys,
Yam?
is
Was
because
that,
you
no,
saw
is
Yeah,
that
yeah, the
that
Aussie.
was before, right?
Triangulation shot.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
So-
and then yogurt.
I
Fuck yeah,
I
dude.
can't move
That's
it.
good to see.
Obviously,
The triangulation
Warriors
shot
do really good at
starts
fights
you
because they get
off
the
with
cleave,
knife
right?
and
So
because, like, you
very,
need to
very
True.
good fight for
True, that
Warriors.
is a big
I mean,
cleave.
a lot
Yeah.
of
That's why
fights
we're
in
only
MC are
doing
really
these
good
two
for Warriors
bosses
because
today,
they
so
get the
we can
cleave.
next week as well, and then we can do the whole
Really
raid.
good for warlocks because you can multi-dot everything and they last for sold ads, last
Yeah, that's how
forever.
it's gonna be done.
Exactly true.
That's why you saw they say second DPS.
Yep. Was he? So what?
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
your? Did you use like Curse of Doom and or
I
He's
don't know the
he's
rules, guys.
dotted everything.
just
dotted everything up.
yeah, just dot everything up.
You
So
just
you
dot
dot
everything
us.
up and hope for
Yeah.
data bolts into the main boss.
It was kind of scary though with Grays having salve. Like I was worried that someone was going to pull aggro.
Yeah, well, if
off
everybody's
whatever you
focusing on
signed
the
in.
main target like they should be, then threat should
Right.
be fine either way. No one should be able to catch him because they shouldn't
True.
be on that
Yeah.
target. Yeah. Little dot damage.
But yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, that's a lot of. I mean,
Oh,
people
we got a
keep it down
surge.
real
This is a
there.
little bit.
Oh,
This is a little bit.
A
Okay,
quick
they got
banish
a
already.
banish on there really good. That was perfect.
That was a huge banish. Quick.
yeah.
Guys,
That
we're on the
was
board
awesome.
though. We're on the board. We are progressing through Molten Core. It's no longer road to
That's right.
trash, bro.
That's
That meme
right,
is dead, bro.
baby.
We're one of what is it? One of 12 or one of how many bosses right here?
I forget. Too many in Molten
Yeah.
Core. We used to call it the. Everyone calls it this, the Molten Boar.
We're on
but
the
it's
board,
not.
brother.
It's not a boar anymore. Definitely not.
So let's stack the Firewalkers on Gehenna. We're actually going to stack the Firewalkers off of Gehennas, I'm imagining. So
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't cleave these.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man,
Um,
what a relief, bro. It's like that. It's like the baseline hedge was was just accomplished right there. You know, even if they do wipe, it wasn't a complete disaster. I mean, they killed a boss in Molten Core. You know.
I'm gonna call and I'm gonna say the first people aren't gonna die until Gar.
It's literally his name.
So Gar, yeah.
I think Gar is going to be the raid where someone dies. Personally,
someone's going to stand too close to an exploding mob or pull thread or
Yep.
Yo, your cam might have broke, by the way, unless that was intended.
Oh, I just turned it off for a second.
Okay, no,
I'm turning it back on. Yeah.
He's he had to take his pants off for a little bit.
Oh, got you. No, it's all good.
No, that's all
He's so excited that they killed Lucia.
Oh man, that's fucking sick, dude.
Solid prediction for everybody did it, and we're tossing up another one for the next boss, boys. What's this guy's name?
Gehennas.
Got it. All right. TBC Andy here.
It might almost be frustrating for like raid leader types watching this, where let's say hardcore is successful and they're able to kill all the bosses, and you think to yourself as a raid leader, like, man, all these deaths in my raids could have been preventable if people wanted it enough. You know,
the thing is, dude, people play totally differently in the multi-life. You know, you just play like me. I do stupid shit all the fucking time. I try to do as much DPS as I possibly can. You know, I wind up pulling the boss and die. You know, I would literally watch my threat meter like a fucking hawk if I was in this raid. If I was DPSing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that is the biggest, like the mental like zone that you go into from playing hardcore and from playing multi-life is completely different, right? And I think that alone, but we've seen it happen before, right? Where people slip into that mental zone of not feeling like they're doing hardcore. You know, people jumping on bridges and falling off of bridges on Thunder Bluff cargoes, right? You know.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that, right? It just takes a split second for your brain to go into that comfortable zone, and it happens to all of us. It does, definitely does. But hopefully, in Molten Core, you only have a couple hours where you're in there. You can keep your brain zoned into the hardcore mode.
Yep.
So we're getting very close to.
They need to kill Gehennas before these flasks run out, because I don't think they have a second entire full round of flasks for everybody. So they are on the clock right now. Looks like.
What is everyone's flask?
45 minutes.
Yeah, they have plenty of time. I mean, they're literally at Gehennas pretty much. They just need to clear some more trash.
Don't be standing near the destroyer.
So for each one of these destroyers, the tank has to burn a FAP, right? Yeah, you can see it around him right there. And that's to stop him from getting stunned, right? And then to somebody else just clapping them.
Yeah. The destroyers the giants are not that bad. Destroyers are definitely the ones that are the pain in the ass. I mean, you see the damage. Like, the damage is pretty substantial, right? I mean, like, but I feel like, threat has been very, very well maintained this raid. I think,
Poppy is a threat machine, definitely, especially with that one.
And
it's really
so sick, man.
So you saw that. I was just watching Tommy, and like, I have the frames where if someone pulls aggro, it goes red around them, and as soon as like he sees someone pull aggro, he immediately bops. Like, that's how safe Tommy's playing right now. So, like, yeah, I feel like, certain add-ons are, like, very, very, very needed. Like, you need a threat meter, right? Like, I don't care. People are like, oh, I'm going to do hardcore without any add-ons. In a raid, you need to have certain add-ons. Like,
you probably don't care that much in multi-life or whatever, but they were really, especially about heal comm, they actually made sure that everybody, they were like, okay, you heal. And they went down the list and made sure everybody has that. We should, for Living Bomb, get a weak or somebody needs to make one, man. I feel like there's got to be some big brains where, like, if you have Living Bomb, it takes 50% of your screen up and starts like flashing lights.
So you should talk to Navik about that. He's really good at writing weak auras. But yeah, so I think, like, I also said the healers, if they wanted another good one I like is Heal Monitor. It's a weak aura, so it works in tandem with Heal Comm, and it shows you on the right or whatever you put it, who's healing who and for how much and for what heal. So if you assign someone to heal this certain person and they're not doing it, you can be like, hey, why are you not healing? Your assigned tank and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of good, a lot of good weak auras, and Melderon has a great one I love for tanking that announces whenever he gets parried or dodged, or so that if his first hit was a parry, to maybe slow down on your DPS. You know what I mean? So that's a really good one as well. It just announces to everyone. It says Melderon's auto attack or heroic strike was dodged or parried or whatever.
Yep. They're getting close, boys. I see him off in the distance. So
there they are right there.
On the beta, there was a problem with Gehennas where there was
I need GFPP.
I don't see it right now though. I don't see it. There's supposed to be a Fire Lord, one of those Ellie's guys, really close to Gehennas, and you couldn't pull Gehennas without pulling the Fire Lord. But I don't see it next to Gehennas right now. Maybe they got lucky and got a different spawn or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming they're going to play really safe and just pull all the trash around here because, like Desi was saying earlier, that Rain of Fire is really big, and people are going to be trying to probably run out of it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
We can grab it when it's moving towards Gehennas.
I can't. Yeah.
Difficulty-wise, do you think Gehennas is a little bit more challenging than Lucifron,
The
or?
plan is we're going to actually farm Baron.
Yeah.
With the new changes, I would say so, right?
Yeah, there's more mechanics. I think there's more that can go wrong.
We're gonna take a
Right. I think. I mean, the Rain of Fire, yeah. The Mortal Strike, huge, especially on the tanks. Like that's got to be dispelled right away, which they will.
The ads cleave as well, so they need to make sure that they're not in around the ads because those cleaves really hurt. If you get cleaved and then stand in Rain of Fire, like you might die, right? From the cleave Rain of Fire combo, that's probably almost a death.
I also love Offie's decision to go with agility on Iron Foe instead of Crusader. The 15 agility all the time versus the chance on hit. That's a big brain in my opinion.
Oh really? I like that. I like how you observed that. Yeah.
I just noticed his Iron Foe is glowing green, and so he's got agility on his weapon instead. The 15 agility is crit, dodge, and armor. So I think that's a huge decision for hardcore. What I wouldn't do, everyone would go Crusader, right? But he didn't.
I wonder how much all item. I kind of surrendered my character to bank alt status kind of early into the whole process, but I wonder how much the itemization changes with one life. You know, at first I thought it was going to be dramatically different. I thought everybody was going to have nifty stopwatch on. I thought everybody was going to be rocking Titans regardless of whatever you're playing. I thought it was going to be very, very different, but I don't think anyone has nifty stopwatch on right now. I don't think. I think all the casters have Supreme Power on instead of Titans, and you kind of we're sort of in the part of the learning curve right now where it's feeling that if everybody swaps gear around to make themselves personally safer, everybody is less safe because the raid is less powerful. But but who knows if that's the correct line of play? No one knows really, you know. But people are probably making slight adjustments to talents and gear to try to make themselves a little bit safer, I would imagine. But
yeah, I think it's gonna as we progress through Molten Core cards, I think we're gonna see maybe more of that of people utilizing different gearing and different things, like obviously where there's fights that are going to be longer that people are these are pretty quick fights that we're going through right now, probably the quickest fights. Oh wait, there.
These fights are just to hype up the rest of the raid.
Exactly. Yeah, these are the fights where I think you can get along with just doing.
Here we go.
Yep.
Yes,
I'm gonna clear anything else.
I want to hear the explanation.
Everyone's buffing.
No, I think they're good. Yeah.
Same assignments for tanks.
Why not pull everything those though? Because people are gonna be dodging Rain of Fires. Maybe they accidentally pull those. I would just maybe it's unsafe.
I would get that rock Ellie. Honestly, that's to the left of the boss.
See where they are right now. That's pretty much where
I didn't see which ones they left up actually.
Repotting GFPPs.
Separate.
Here, let's listen to what they're saying in comms right now. I'm gonna turn the volume
You
up
guys
a bit.
want to be about 8 yards away from all the other ads. If you look on the positioning. Now, Tommy's is going to be healing Calyx, which means you're closer to X. Kill is on Berg.
They're spreading people out, which is good.
Suri
What
is
am I
on
missing,
Parla,
boys?
And
I got everything I need.
Nikki HC is on Grays for days.
So I think it sounds like they're putting all the ranged in the cubby and pulling everything out.
I want the mages already spread out, so I want let's have Blake trying to see where I am right now. See where Amp is.
Mages spread out. Why is that?
Star for Rain of Fire, yeah. So did I get that correct? Are they putting all the ranged in the cubby and pulling everything out?
You're standing between Star and Triangle, I like the middle.
No.
That makes sense. You're just closer to Gehennas. Same area of Star.
I've got food though.
Lesamos, you are closer to
X.
X.
That rock elemental is kind of close.
Is standing right
here. Kind of sketched out about that, guys.
Lucy fucked because I was multi-dotting the ads.
So we have our.
Does the ad damage
spread out
not
a little
count?
bit.
Do you think?
I
Oh,
want healers
no.
to kind of look at the position on the screenshot and
Oh, shit,
kind of
this
mirror it
occurred.
around the mages.
I
It
really
doesn't
wish they would
count.
pull
I'm,
that
like,
rock
actually
elemental.
so fucking
Zeku is
fucked on
very
that.
important. You're going to be decursing the off tanks. Now I want Lesamos close so that if something goes wrong, if Zeku's not decursing fast enough,
Fapping on
you
the
can
floor.
come over and assist them. Okay, Lesamos?
As long as boss is up against.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'm good.
Okay.
Then I'm fucking.
That's literally the entire fight.
Then
I'm
I'm
going to
good.
start the boss. We'll probably get Rain of Fire in the melee mostly. And we'll
Yeah,
just
I'd be a
drag
green
it up
bar
and
server
down.
if not.
See where Star is now? All the way up this wall. We'll just keep going
Top.
up and down here if we need to.
So do
Okay,
have-
they are
Enough
grab.
tanks
They are
to
going to
tap
kill
on
it.
pull,
They're
right?
going to kill it.
Yeah,
Are they
off
going to
tanks
pop
need to fap on
pre-pop
pull.
Greater Shadow and Greater
Melee can
Fire?
save it for
I
sure.
don't got
I don't
was-
see it on Joker's.
Now,
No.
guys, the second GFPP
Think he
should be
what
used
happened?
for like emergency situation. The boss fight doesn't last longer than 2 minutes, so you only get one potion.
yeah, they're-
If
so
you
they're-
are low HP,
Oh, they're not
and
pulling
you're
that
not
Annihilator,
decursed, you
just
pop
the
a GF.
Surger.
You don't just pop it instantly.
So I think you just said, Kargos, that they're only going to be doing the
Let's grab the
GFPP
Surger and get Rage.
if they
Can we
need it.
do
That's
the
what he said,
Annihilator
right?
on the left side of
Well,
the
they have one
boss
pre-pop.
as
Yeah, let's
well?
grab the Surger first.
But where's the Shadow one? Where's the
Just kill
Shadow
Surger and
protection
get
one?
Rage
Is
on
it
the
that?
Annihilator.
It's the it looks like the
Surger guys,
the
move up.
Warlock buff
Don't get knocked
kinda.
into lava.
I see it on Tommy right now. Yeah, Kargos, you see it? It's right next to the toughness looking buff.
I don't even know how
it's
many
on
people
second
They
row.
pulled it. They pulled it.
Third from the
voted
left. Oh,
that someone would die versus
oh, they
someone
did.
would
Okay,
not
they
die.
pulled it.
Chat, what are the
yeah,
odds?
I don't think Joker
Yeah.
had it.
You have salve on.
That's okay.
Yeah, they all
When I
have it, I
Shield
think,
slam, it'll
yeah.
go away.
Okay.
Can grab this skull.
Okay, here we go, guys.
6 to 1. People thought people
Here
would
we
die.
go, guys.
You guys
Boss
thought
number
someone would
2.
die, really.
Let's go.
I almost saw you die yesterday.
don't damage
Non.
this. Let
That was a
warriors
scary
get
clip,
rage.
dude. I feel
What do you
bad
guys
for
think,
them.
chat? Any casualties on Gehennas,
Spam
chat?
console.
Are we getting
I
to
feel
some
bad.
believers now,
We're
or still
killing
some
the boss
doers?
first, right, on the ads.
Yeah, we are killing the boss.
Okay, got this.
We are
Yeah,
not
we use that as a
touching
rage
zero
rat,
DPS,
so
no
now I have
curses,
full
only
rage.
Demo shout thunderclap. If
Here we
like
go.
you are responsible for your own debuffs on your mobs, they're not going to be close enough for other people to do them.
My camera's
Where are
bugged out
you
for some
taking the
reason,
boss
but
at the start?
I don't care.
The boss will be
Back
ran
there?
right through the center of the room. You guys kill us.
There it is.
Kill us.
Near the lava,
Yeah,
right?
here we
I don't know
go.
why power comes casting. It's casting rage.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm done.
Tommy's freaking out right now.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put up a DBM timer.
Comes.
I want the hunter. The sorry, the.
Dude, I'm just
off tanks to
pumping.
be
I
ready.
just-
You're pretty much
I'm not gonna
charging when
stop.
You don't have to
Stop
charge,
DBS,
just
we need
need
rage.
to connect to it.
Do you know how soon he does his curse?
That was
Is it
the
like
easiest
1
top
second
meter I've ever
right
had in my life,
away or
guys.
I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna
Easiest
call it
one.
down. I don't know if everybody has DBM.
2, 1.
Okay, we're pulling in 5.
Each tank is
Here we go,
beautifully
here we go,
tanking
boys.
the ads in different positions. Very nice.
1.
No salvation on him this time.
No
Good.
DPS on Gehennas
There's
right
the
now. No
curse.
DPS. We just have a shot.
Decurse.
DPS is good. Can start Gehennas.
Decurses came out really good.
Move out of fire. It's really important. Move fire.
Rain of fire. Hurting
Out of fire.
mage.
Yeah, he's just got healed.
Race
Should be
heart
fine.
rate is
Decurse,
140.
decurse. Get the tanks first, then the melee taking damage.
Oh my god, Gordon Ramsay is that.
Off tanks
Okay.
that's taking arena fires.
Needs
Mage getting
decurse.
fucked up. Mage. Oh, good heal.
Drag the boss slightly more amp. Yeah.
There's
I'm getting
curse.
such fucking bad
Just if the fire's
resist.
on us, just
Farlow.
yeet it
Okay.
far.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Lycatron
okay.
not getting heals at all.
Stop fucking resisting, you
Still
piece
now.
of shit.
Finally getting topped off.
We're
Tactics
going-
goes under
we're going
half
back
too.
to the
Finally
second
getting topped off.
Move out of fire, guys. Keep moving out of fire. Once fire's going, I'm like yeeting it far across.
Curse.
Gehennas is
Stop
almost
fucking
down.
Again.
resisting,
Actually,
you
I'm just
fucking
probably do one more
scumbag.
curse.
Gehennas is down.
Wow.
Oh no, okay, they got him.
Wow, that
Out
was
of fire, guys. Come
Now
on.
Very
do
good.
the
It's not
ads
over
one by
yet.
one.
But yeah.
Also, he's tanked in such a way that I can't
Yeah,
turn
they gotta
around
watch
and
the
get
cleaves.
multi-dots
Cleaves can
again.
still fuck people up.
Yep. Just gotta kill the ads one by one, and then we're good.
I think Stay Safe's on a
Okay.
delay. I'm watching Stay Safe.
Don't worry
right
about
now.
Lou. We're moving to
Gehennas
his ads.
goes-
Guys do a ton of stuns.
X is
Threat
down.
seems completely fine.
Oh,
Another
But
one
watch
square.
cleave. Mainly need to watch cleave here.
I think they got this, guys.
They're doing this very well. This is really good. Yep.
Look at the nice clean formation. That little arc right there, man.
Yep.
It's beautiful, man. Beautiful. I love the positioning. It looks so
I don't
clean
even
and
fucking
organized,
killing it.
right?
I'm so mad.
They did a great job. Great job. Decursing was good. Healing was a little, it was good, but
It's because people were spread out, I think.
yeah, exactly. There it is,
Easy.
boys. Let's
job.
go.
Let's go, man.
Nice.
2 of 10, brother.
Maybe somehow I was still #1 Warlock.
Off tanks.
I don't
how
know.
was
The
it?
melee on
How
top
was
again.
The healing decurse.
Yeah.
There's some hunters
melee-
up there, though. There's
very
some
good.
warlocks up there.
easy.
Yeah.
Oh, I
look
got
at Tommy.
stay safe.
Ring
So
of Fire
Vodka,
was gonna
Yam,
expect that
Tactics,
to, like,
Gordon
move that
Ramsay.
out.
1, 2,
Ooh,
3.
Yeah,
Night Slayer.
Alright, Gehennas.
I
Night
think
Slayer
it wasn't.
loves
I wasn't
drop.
able to
Oh, I
cross
see it.
away
Yeah,
fast
you're
enough.
right. You're right.
Night
It's
Slayer
like
loves
very
drop,
small
guys.
radius.
Holy
You have to
shit.
check my stream after this. Very small
Yo,
radius.
Tommy. me,
Okay.
It felt like
number one healer.
I just
Cali,
got a
baby.
prio decursing like on that too, because he was.
That's it, dude. 2 fucking bosses down, guys.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
awesome.
They made it look easy.
They
did.
really did.
Let's talk about Lucifron, guys.
Gordon Ramsay,
Now-
number 4 on DPS, by the way.
Remember
Feral
No
Druid.
way, Feral
Yes,
Druid.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
643 DPS. Am I reading that right? Yo, that's
Yeah.
actually amazing for Feral.
So what now? They're gonna go like they're gonna wait till next
I think
week.
that's
and
it.
then go, like,
I think they
Yeah.
might maybe do a trash
Four?
run or something, get some more value out of their flasks. Just do a couple
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
We'll see.
Now, I will just say that these are the 2 easiest bosses in Molten Core. However, the way they executed this makes me very confident in the future for other bosses.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so they're heading out. They're heading out.
Stay
yeah.
Save just heard he's like, I'm getting
Yeah.
the fuck out of here. Yes, that's it. Good job. I think
Well
it was
done,
very
boys.
clean.
Wow.
No
Very,
deaths.
very good.
Very good news.
Honestly,
Road
I
to
saw
rag.
one person get like you said, Craig. About 3 people got the 50% health. That was about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Super well done. So here's the thing.
I
though,
would
guys.
say to figure out that paladin's life with that salvation that was going on, and then
Yeah, that's gotta get
you know,
fixed. That's big.
Other than that, that was
Yeah.
pretty.
Here's the thing, though, guys. We're not going to raid probably for 1 or 2 weeks
holidays,
because of the
right.
holidays, right? So people are going to die, and the roster is going to look different. And if you are watching this right now, it is possible if you pumped and you leveled up and finished off your tune and started doing your pre-bis grind and getting all that stuff, you could still be looking at a spot, man. No joke. Especially if somebody dies and you get subbed in, because we're going to go 2 weeks here without raiding. You will have time to kind of catch up within that time. And, if no promises, obviously, but I know Def Camp Melderon, they're going to try to gear. I'm going to try to gear my next
A
hunter. that's
lot
coming
can
up.
change in 2 weeks, right? I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
And Desi, keep pumping,
Yeah.
get up there to 60 again.
Yeah.
We'll run some dungeons with you, and like seriously, 2 weeks time, man. I think this right here though said a lot to me. Like the lead, like I'm gonna say this again. I said it before raid. I'm gonna say it again. The leadership, like Ampi is doing such a good job running the raid. Big props to the raid leaders and the overall leadership in the guild. Cargoes, like everyone has been doing such a good job in just like Tyrannosaur. I mean, like just such an amazing job. And it's not just the leaders, it's everyone. Everyone has come together and helped each other out, right? So I feel like the camaraderie that has been formed around this guild, around this community, is what's fucking pushing everyone through this.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
brother. These are great memories, man. I will cherish these. Man, these are awesome.
Absolutely.
Super.
That was
super nice.
actually so epic. Obviously, a little, even a little part of me, yes, it is a little bit exciting. Not exciting, but entertaining if someone dies. But truly, I'm happy no one died, because that means they can keep going.
Yes.
And we can see more content,
Mhm.
right?
Exactly.
So I'm very fucking happy, and I'm very hyped. I'm hyped again.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Like I feel like sometimes watching hardcore is like going to a NASCAR race or something like that, right? It's like you don't go to watch people crash, but when
Right.
someone does crash, it's exciting, right? Like you don't want them to die, obviously, but like I'm being real, right? Like as human beings, we like to see other people like go through shit
It's
that we don't want to
entertaining
go
to see
through.
disaster and stuff.
It is. It's that Tool song, Vicarious, right? Vicariously, we like to watch things die, but like it's true. It's in human nature. People, I'm sick of like pretending that it's not true. Like people have that feeling where in human nature, people like to see other people, go through shit. But like at the end of the day, right? When you have compassion, because we all human beings, we also have compassion. We also feel for people when they go through shit, right? So it's like, yeah, is it exciting to see something happen to someone? Yes, but we also have compassion, and we don't want people to go through things. So it's like that, But that's what makes it so fucking interesting, right?
It's fun, man. It's bringing us all together. Look at everybody watching,
Yeah.
playing. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for supporting the event.
Yeah.
And, sticking with us.
Hellpecker,
and,
yeah.
We're
that's good.
closer to seeing
That was
that
fun.
rag fight now.
Yep.
A lot
Yes.
closer now.
Yeah, here's a bit of a doomer take though. On a more negative note, I don't have the statistics, but if I had to guess, 2 weeks from now, everybody you see in this raid roster, right? Look at them. Look at all the names. 2 weeks from now, a third of these people or more will be dead.
Oh no, you think so?
Probably
Yes.
right.
Yep. So the only thing I'm pointing at as a case study as the first wave of 60s, like that hit 60 on SOM for Road to Rag in that initial push, like along, Grays and I were there, a bunch of us were there, right? Almost all of them are dead.
Yeah.
And it's because I retired my character as a bank alt pretty early in, right? After like maybe like a week or two or something, right? So I've been looking around at all the streams and seeing who Graze is running with and Stay Safe and all the boys, right? I don't recognize anyone. And I was kind of thinking about, yo, where'd everybody go? Like, where's the Mad Season guy? They're all dead, man. They all died in various ways, you know.
Well,
so
yeah,
way she goes, man.
You think a lot of people who are already geared kind of like, okay, I'm done, I'm geared, I'm not going to log back in until, or is it not? It's not that, right? Because honestly, a lot of people that are geared are helping other people get geared, which is really nice, right?
Yep. But a lot of them died, bro. 4 died in that Elbers, man. We've had a couple strat misfortunes. So you play enough in hardcore, you kind of just eventually die. It's kind of sad, man. But
complacency kills, man.
Yeah,
you're playing with the devil every time you log in and do a dungeon, right? That's basically how it works. Unfortunately, that's how it is. So, you know, the Grim Reaper comes for everyone at some point, but hopefully it's not until Kel'Thuzad, right?
Hopefully you die with your boots on your feet in MC, right?
Yeah.
That's literally the honorable death, like the best death you could have on your character, bro. Not, you know, that's what everybody strives for. You know, in the raid, dying in some like awesome heroic way or something.
I'm really proud though that I got to level 60 and did it with like the fact that I will always have that journey like recorded with me and Melron getting level 60. Like I'm very satisfied with that as well. Like I feel like that for me has been, you know, really satisfying. Yeah.
You just rubbing it in at this point.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, man.
He's going again, bro. He's going again.
He's going again, man.
To be perfectly honest, Crix, I did not think those elemental lords would have been in phase 1. I would have never guessed that.
Dude. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know.
Dude, you know, Crix, you know they almost killed me and Melron, right?
Yeah, but did you die?
No.
So I don't care.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm glad you lived.
When I saw that clip, I'm like, what the fuck is Princess Tempestry doing there?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way she's already there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It was bad. I won't be going again though. I'm gonna try TBC hardcore.
Yeah, TBC hardcore. Yeah, you go over there. It's all good, bro.
Outland seems fun.
All good.
Yeah, but I guess people learn from our deaths. For example, Crix, I put Princess Tempestry on unit scan, you know, and I survived Winter Spring, and now everyone knows if you didn't before, you got to bind the Light of a Loon Hearthstone.
Yeah. And I macroed that dude's name in the unit scan, the mage that killed you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We know about that mage now.
Yeah. So any of you guys streaming? I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. You streaming at all, Desi? You skipped yours?
Yeah, of course. I'm ready to go. Yeah. I just need like a minute. No, I'm not even. Yeah, probably a minute. Thank you for inviting me, Kargos. This was so awesome. Got a front row seat. That's how it felt.
Oh yeah, no worries at all. Thank you very much.
When you close Discord, because since you're starting a stream right now, you have to completely close Discord out because your camera is going to be locked in.
Yeah, it'll mess your camera out. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Learn from my mistakes.
Okay, thank you again. All right, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you for everything.
All right, Desi. We'll see you later.
We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see you, Desi.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me,
boys.
Love you guys, brother.
Of course. Where can they find you guys on your streams and stuff too? There might be some new people here.
Oh, we're still live. Okay.
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's just twitch.tv/ let me make sure I spell this right. It's not DeckFamp. I ever tell you guys a story when I made a character and I got into like level 30 or 40 and I didn't realize his name was fucking DeckFamp and not DefCamp.
Stay safe. They logged it.
Stay safe got 100 on Lucifron. Holy shit.
100, bro. And a 98, bro. That's solid, dude. Does that mean the raid is actually pumpers and it's hardcore?
Yeah. Wow.
Holy shit, that's sick, dude. That's actually sick.
Oh my god, dude, that is
nobody's
crazy.
Destro, nobody's DS Ruin as well, probably.
That is awesome, dude.
Hardcore. This is parsing with all the multi-lifers too, right?
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, it's
Let's
hilarious,
go.
bro.
You know, it probably helps the fact that the fights are longer, right? So he gets to do more damage. I don't know. Is that? I mean, like, as a healer,
this just shows you that he was the first warlock to apparently multi-dot. All you gotta do is watch and see what he was doing. He's just multi-dotting the whole time. That's all he was doing.
Wow. Good for him, man.
Yeah. Good shit, boys.
Easy clap.
But twitch.tv/DefCamp, twitch.tv/Crix_gaming, or is it just Crix Gaming now?
Oh, yeah, bro. The underscores. They won't let me get rid of it.
Crix, oh, okay.
Gaming
okay,
underscore.
Crix, the only times I rated you and forgot to put the fucking underscore and it didn't go through, I'm like embarrassed to say how many times
Crix
it's happened.
Gaming
I don't know why they
underscore.
won't.
Gotcha.
I don't know why they won't. Weird.
But we're gonna go through the raid over to Desi. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I know it was really scuffed and impromptu, but we got it done.
This was great.
And I think it was really
This was
fun.
great.
Peace,
I'm
brothers.
so glad nobody died.
Yeah.
Keep on, keep on and grinding, guys. Love you.
Take care, everybody. Much love. Happy
Gordon
holidays.
Ramsay